Alright guys, let's get started with session 3. For anyone who's watching the stream, I don't have my old microphone set up in this new flat yet, so I'm using this USB mic, but that'll be fixed for next time. Last session, you travelled further towards Altdorf, making your way north from the... what was the name of that coaching inn that you came from?
Cock and Bull.
It was called
the Black Ram.
It wasn't the Black Ram, for God's sake.
The Sporting Cock.
I'm glad they're not suggesting things that could be worse.
Horse and Hounds.
The grab me cock and pull it.
Wow, where is this?
Traveller's Rest and part of a syndicate. Did they have like a little?
Guys, remember it's really important we can't swear because otherwise Liam will get demonetized.
So the coach and horses. That's what it was called. Finally, I have remembered.
The meat and two veg.
The meat and two veg. Right, so you've came from the Coach and Horses Inn, and you've been making your way north, and as you were doing so, following various escapades and trying to actually get the coach on the move and get all of the eclectic people who were at the Coach and Horses to finally get moving, including our alcoholic coach drivers. You were passing through Bloodpine Woods when you came across a mutant in the middle of the road trying to eat the body of a man who had presumably been a part of a coach company that had come before you. As it so happened, Wheatold recognized this man as his childhood friend, Rolf, and was more than a little bit alarmed to discover that his old friend had turned into some manner of chaos-infused mutant freak. As it turned out, however, Rolf was not working alone, and as the rest of you set off from the broken wagon after the wheel fell off to go and try and find the horses, you came across a small band of these mutants who were in the middle of looting another coach that had been waylaid and dragged out into a clearing nearby. After you dispatched the mutants, several of you was looting the area and found some rather interesting things. After some time, you brought the coach back to the company of the other one that you had travelled here on originally. And now you've been making your way north with your old companions, now with two coaches in tow. You were almost arrested by the road wardens. We almost forgot to mention that one. But
Before the dark deal.
interestingly, Antarius seems to have figured out a way of persuading the road wardens to let you all go. I don't know where he is. We haven't got Wendy yet. We kind of need him. we kind of need him in order to move forward here, because he's part of the next scene.
Oh dear.
I'm assuming
That's right. I have some conversations to have with Withold in the carriage anyway.
I'm assuming that he's making his way back from work. He's normally here by now. At any rate, finally, the pair of coaches has pulled up at the next coaching inn on the road towards Altdorf. And this one, this is the Seven Spokes coaching inn. It looks like it has a similar layout to the Coach and Horses, more or less. Very similar structure. There's a walled fortification surrounding the main building. You can see that there are 3 coaches currently parked up inside the courtyard, and several horses have been stabled. The inn is fairly crowded, and as you roll up, The two coach drivers, Gunnar and Holtz, breathe a sigh of relief as finally they can get off the road and try to cure their miserable hangovers. At the inn, as you arrive and the coaches pull to a halt, Lady Isolde and her two companions promptly leave the coach, and begin making their way inside. What does the rest of you do?
I guess I'm gonna go and check out the other coaches.
I'm gonna just check to see that my horse is still alive.
Okay, it seems like your horse is, well, it's not exactly great, but it's still limping along. You anticipate you'll probably need to get it to some manner of specialist, maybe an Altdorf, for you to be able to see it treated properly.
I get as much.
It's not common that you'll find any type of horse doctor on the roads, but maybe in the city itself you might have more luck.
I'd hope there'd be one with the army, but they were too pressed for time. I just failed my charm check too badly.
I'm gonna check the coaches, but I'm gonna gesture for Whittle to come with me.
What are you looking for when you check the coaches?
Just to see if they're just more coaching company, if there's any private ones, if that bastard who tried to run us over at the very kind of beginning as we're walking down the road is here, that type of thing. Just check out the coaches, Really, I'm just using it as an excuse to get away with Whittle.
Sure. Well, you make your way over there. As far as you can tell, it seems like two of the three coaches are with the Four Seasons, the major coaching company that dominates most of the traffic in Altdorf. And the third one is a company that's making its way toward... It does trips towards Talabekland, which is to the east. Otherwise, there doesn't really seem to be anything too particular about these coaches that catches your interest.
Okay, I will wander over to the dwarf, see what he's up to. Check the coaches, is that right?
Yeah.
What are you looking for? What are we checking him for?
Well, I wanted to speak to you anyway. There's a potential opportunity here for us to make some serious gold.
Right, I was warned about, like...
Take you two are out of earshot of the rest of us.
Yes.
That's the intention of why they moved away, I think.
My father warned me about sentences starting like that.
I don't quite understand what you mean, but what I'm thinking about is, and I could just kind of give him the whole download of the story, so in case I forget anything, let me know. But basically, that body that looked just like Kern's, it belonged to a unlanded noble who's got a great inheritance in Altdorf, and he needs two witnesses, two people to say that he is this person. Now, we see here an opportunity to make 20,000 gold crowns if we can only convince these people.
So what, that body wasn't, like, that wasn't him then?
No, it was just someone who looked very, very like him. So this is a perfect opportunity here for us to make some proper money.
But he was, like, out of his mind, he was losing it, man. So it wasn't...
Exactly. I no, it wasn't him. I spoke to him, we sorted it out. Basically, I show him the letter, even though he can't read. This letter says that...
You are shown a letter that you cannot read, a bunch of squiggles.
Okay, I'm going to like nod my head and rub my chin because I'm insecure about like,
Basically, we would need you to pretend to form, or need to form part of the royal entourage. Someone who'd be with the nobles, so we can get him signed on, we can get the money in the land, and then we can have all this money to go. But the only thing is, the Bretonnian would never go for it. He hates us peasants.
We can hear.
Thank God, sorry.
Sorry, go on.
So, what do you think?
I don't know how much you know about nobles, but, you know, like, I am a peasant. And, alright, I might be able to, if you can get me some clothes, okay, I might be able to do something. I can at least perhaps pass as lower nobility.
Exactly. That's all we need. That's all we need to do is pull it off. So the only option here at the moment, I've got Kearns on board. I've spoken to Philippe Descartes, and he's thinking about it. But I'd prefer to keep the gold with us rather than with that other French bastard. So if we can get the money with us, do you think we should get Antarius on side?
No, I don't know. I mean, thing is, you know, he is a foreigner. That would probably hurt your case more than the Breton, maybe.
But potentially he could pull off being a noble far better than us, as he was one.
Yeah, he's not a human noble, is he?
Hmm.
You'd be better off
Okay.
getting the Breton and just making him keep his trap shut. And as long as he doesn't, you know,
Okay.
then, you know, like, it should be fine.
Okay. I'll keep working on Philippe then. I just nod and kind of shake his hand.
Although, you know, he's a bit of a Breton. But I mean, like,
I like stumble in, and I'm like, what are you saying to them? How much are you saying? How much did you tell them?
Whittle's on board. I think that's a solid 3 now. We just need one more.
One more. Okay.
One more for what?
Oh, his wounded. Very good, very good, very good. Okay, fantastic.
Yeah, I'm always going to be arriving like right at this time. This is like right when I get home.
Right.
Sorry.
Okay. All right. No, that's fine. That's fine.
Mr. DM, I've got the talent for mimic.
Okay. Yeah.
So what I want to do is just like start practicing, try and like, you know, make it that I don't sound like what I am. Can I do that? Like, I know it strictly says I need to like hear
Yes,
stuff.
but you need to give me a person that you are copying, right? Because like you are able to learn another accent, but you need to have heard another person speaking in that accent in order to copy it, right?
I mean, you've just spent half a carriage ride with Lady Isolde.
You could use Lady Isolde as your template if you were so inclined.
Hello there.
Hello, I am Lord Hofsteiner.
Give me your best Isolde von Strudeldorf impression.
Give you super
I
fast.
am super mad about being on my carriage.
Right. Okay.
Why
Yeah.
is
Sure.
it-
No, she's more of a bitch like that. She's more of a bitch.
Right. So what I'll say is that for the purposes of like trying to
What about the
convince.
doctor? Hang on, what about the doctor? He's a bit, I mean, he's not proper posh, but he's posh enough, right?
Nah, they wouldn't trust me.
As far as like your mimic ability is concerned, if you're like trying to pass off as a noble, first of all, obviously you're going to need the proper clothes, right? You're never going to persuade anyone just by doing a voice. But if you've got the clothes and you've got all the rest of it, that can help out with your impression, and that'll make your rolls easier.
Thank God I took the time to wash that plate of soot in the lake. That's what I was doing in the water the full time. Well, we've got at least some half-torn armor to salvage.
So, Antarius, just to bring you up to speed, you've now arrived at the coaching inn. That you had this weird intuition, if you like, that the sister of the road warden that you mentioned when you had your dark deal, you feel like she's here.
Okay. Who is near me? Is like the sergeant still kind of like following me along or whatever?
The coach has just pulled up at this inn. The road wardens have been escorting both of them all the way there. And where is he? Just give me one sec. Mistaken identity. Okay. Yeah, and the road warden has come with you. You've just disembarked from the coach. Lady Isolde and her two companions have just made their way into the inn. They definitely weren't interested in sticking around to chat with the other passengers before they made their leave.
Right.
You can see that the other stuff that was mentioned to the others, there are 3 coaches here, aside from your own 2.
Okay.
2 of them belong to the Four Seasons coaching company, and the other one is from a company that's based in Talabecland. There was no sign of the one that almost ran you all over at the start of the campaign. And otherwise, yeah, it looks like the Road Warden, Magnus, is looking at you quite expectantly.
Okay. So, do I feel like she's inside of the building?
You have this intuitive sense that she's inside the building, yeah.
Okay. So, I offer to show him inside, and you should be able to find her relatively quickly. So I kind of start making my way inside along with the Road Warden.
Okay, all right. So you make your way inside. The Seven Spokes Inn is quite warm and crowded. Does anyone else follow Antarius inside?
Yeah, I'll follow him inside and see if I can find whoever seems to be in charge of the Four Seasons to see if they're offering anything of value for the coach.
Okay, sure. All right. So you're making your way inside, Antarius makes his way inside. The Road Warden comes with you. What are Witold, Kernt, and Runk doing?
I'm assuming after we've had our conversation, we'd follow in, but that wouldn't be immediately.
Okay, so that'll be you'll come in a little bit later.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
So the three of you make your way inside, and immediately Antarius's eyes are drawn to a woman who is sat at a table near the far end of the tavern. She has what looks like a medical satchel, and she's going through some of her tools and implements. And immediately, after looking at her, you just feel, right, that's her. That's what I'm looking for.
Okay. I kind of get like take a moment to make sure that this is the person that I'm looking for. You know, just nodding to myself and just be like, okay, yep. And then I whisper to the Road Warden. I point her out and I say, "That is your sister right there."
Anita! There you are! Bloody hell, we've been looking for you for ages! Magnus immediately runs his way over to the table. You can see this woman's face pales in horror as this man makes his way over and slams his hands onto the table. Why have you done this? Why did you run away? You have to come back. You don't have a choice. You've got to do this. She looks absolutely horrified. I don't want to. Magnus, I told you and I told Father 5 times. I'm not interested. I'm not doing it. You don't have a choice. You have to come home. The argument carries on in this sense for a good few minutes. It becomes readily apparent that there is some manner of arranged marriage waiting for her back home.
So, how would I feel about this? Like, how would Antarius feel about this?
That's a decision for you to make.
Oh, yeah, like I'm just kind of thinking aloud.
It's my motivation. I'll be in my trailer.
So I try to like edge my way to the conversation, and I am going to politely interrupt, and I'm gonna be like, I believe I upheld my end of the bargain, good Road Warden. Just try to like distract him for like a second, you know, try to take away, get his attention.
All right. He briefly looks over at you and looks slightly confused. Look, you've done your part. What do you want now?
Shit.
You just say shit.
I just shout across the hall, like,
shit. It seems to be like there is some sort of familial dispute, but it seems it's a little bit too tense right now for you to...
Be that as it may, it's none of your fucking business, is it? I'll let you off the hook. Now get out of here.
Well, I was going to offer you a round of drinks as well for being such a gracious host to get us to this coaching.
Drinks? We ain't got time for drinks. Unless you want to make a charm test to try and persuade him.
Yeah, I'm going to make a charm test.
Don't bother.
Okay, you can do that. Oh no, the charm test. Here we go. The cursed test.
Right.
Make it difficult, please.
Difficult. Okay. Nice. Why did I invest in this skill?
Right. Listen here, Knife here. I've had it just up to here of your swill. Get out of my face before I change my mind.
I politely bow my head and I just like evacuate the conversation.
Anita, we're leaving. Come on. You can see Magnus calls over one of his other road wardens, and they both manhandle her out of the coaching inn. And she's struggling and saying, "No, let me go! You can't do this!" As she is pulled away.
Are they coming outside then?
Yes.
Where we are?
As the three outside are making their way towards the tavern, you see the door slam open, and you see these road wardens muscling her out.
Hey!
As
Well,
I
none of that.
watch
Come on,
them
none of that.
manhandle the woman, I give a sigh and follow.
Okay.
I'm
These two road wardens are followed by Lorne, who is walking behind them.
Yeah, I'm going to step in the way. Wait, come on. None of that. Put it
Hey!
down.
What do you think your business is? Get out my way!
You're meant to be people of the law. You can't be, like, taking random wenches off.
This is the law. Now move.
What law's that?
Our family signed the contract. She has to go and get married. She can't be running away anymore.
Well, in that case, then, if she's just getting married, she won't need that medical satchel, will she?
You what?
How much for the medical satchel?
6 shillings.
Yeah, all right.
Magnus, no! I was going to study! And Altdorf, you can't do this!
Look, you know, I mean, we can't be, like, look, I mean, do you want to, if you don't want to go with them, just say it and we'll stop it.
Of course I don't want to go! I ran away from home!
Alright, come boys, let's stop this. We can't have you having this.
What can she do for
All right. Bagsy the medical satchel.
Vaccine the medical satchel!
What's she gonna do?
I'm gonna head over and stand by Whittled and just say to the road wardens that you can't manhandle the lady. It's not right. If you want to take her with you, you're gonna have to persuade her to go willingly.
Yeah.
That's not how the world works!
You roll charm and see how you like it.
You rolled charm!
You rolled charm.
Can I roll intimidate instead? Because if I even have that skill.
You can, do you even have that skill? That's a good question. I think you do. I think that's a standard skill.
Yes, it is a standard skill. Exactly the same.
Yeah, it's literally the same as your charm.
I'm just gonna force my way between the two groups of people and say, before this kicks off.
Before this kicks off, because it will.
Here's the 6 shillings.
Before we start killing each other, give me the medical bag.
Have I now acquired a medical bag?
Listen here, dwarf. Tell you what, I'll do you a better one, right? You can have it for free if you help us get her on the horse.
Deal.
Oof.
I immediately stand next to them and start and like grab one of their arms to free up one of the road wardens.
I'm going to sort of like look to the Breton and sigh, and I'm just going to be like, well,
No.
I guess you tried, but...
I'm gonna go for the horse. Like, lead the
I'll
horse.
do what?
Lead the horse out, whatever.
I'm
I
still
just
going
want
to
to be
try
near
and
my hands on the horse.
stare down the guard just so he at least tries to persuade the lady to go more willingly.
I'm just going to start dragging the woman towards the coach.
You were all, of course, this is fairly obvious, but you're all aware that if you assault a road warden, that's like hitting a copper. Like, that's not going to end well.
Yeah, like Antarius is kind of like not wanting to engage in an open confrontation with the road warden, so he's kind of sitting in like the back of the crowd and just kind of watching the situation unfold.
I mean, Runk wants a medical bag.
His motives are plain, his motives are simple.
Unfortunately, one of my commandments is to protect the weak and fight for the right. So
Oh, no.
I think
Oh no!
I'm between a rock and a hard place here.
Yeah, I'm just kind of simping a bit for that.
I put on my simp hat. I am ready for battle.
You can take her away if I get feet pics.
So you're kind of in this Mexican standoff sort of situation, and you can see that. So Kernt is kind of like sneaking his way over towards the horses. And there is a long silence as you've got Runk and the 3 road wardens holding the woman, and then the rest of you on the other side, and it's just awkward. It's it's very awkward.
Wait, am I like trying to be pure stealthy, but everyone can just see me?
Okay, here we go. I'm going to try and use some charm here. I think that'll get set.
Oh god.
Oh god.
Oh dear.
Use intimidate. At least we haven't had as many failures with that.
What are you intending to try and do?
I'm going to be like, look, I mean, that's ultimately your family, man. You're acting in a way that she's going to resent you forever. Just like put her down, talk it through, think about it. There might be a reason she don't want to do this. It might be no reason, or it might be a serious reason. You might be.
The reason is simple. He's a pig, and I hate him.
So let's put it down. We'll have a drink. We'll talk about this. At the moment, this ain't a good look, and people have been watching the police a little bit closer. These road wardens.
Look, mate, I didn't choose my wife. Don't see why my sister should get to choose her husband.
Married?
Of course I'm married.
Oh, okay. Sorry, very different vibes. But nevertheless, can you just...
Wrong vibes, bro.
I'm 38.
Can we at least, let's go inside and talk about it, all right? Just put it down, let's go inside.
Make a difficult charm test.
Why do I do this to myself?
You what? What'd you say?
Why do I do this to myself? Here we go.
Ah.
Hey!
Oh my god.
I will keep making charm rolls until I succeed.
Right, you bunch of muppets have been causing us nothing but headache ever since we found that coach. Get out of my way, or we're going to be taking the lot of you to Altdorf in cages.
How many of them is there?
Can I try and drag the woman into the coach now?
There are 3 of them in front of you, and there's another one nearby watching from his horse.
All
And me.
Okay, here we go. No, not getting out of the way, because I think forcing this woman against her will out of a place is illegal. So you put her down, or I'm going to take you to the...
Right, alright. You asked for it, fella. You're under arrest for obstructing justice.
That's the second time I've been under arrest today, but last time it turned out that you were very...
The elf had bought you your freedom, and now you've chucked it in the bin.
What kind of justice is that? So I'm going to take this to your superior, and I'm going to intimidate you now.
Oh, you ain't gonna take shit to no superior, son.
Oh, yes, I am.
Oh, no, you're not.
I mean, you're
Can I
struggling with a
still
girl,
try
so...
staring
Whittled,
into
can
this guy?
Whittled, can you make a challenging cool test, please?
Oh.
You realize, as you're looking at these men, that if you keep pushing this, they're not going to take you to court. They're not going to take you to the city. They're going to lead you down the road. They're going to beat you over the head, and they're going to bury you in a ditch.
Jesus.
You should
Oh,
think
so-
very carefully about what you do next.
Oh, is this the LAPD?
Yes.
It's the Met, mate.
This is the RLPD.
Okay, I'm not gonna retreat, but I am going to move so that Lorne is now just a little bit in front of me.
Behind me.
Can
Okay,
I try and shove past Lorne, please, dragging this girl?
You can make an opposed strength test. Yeah, using your characteristic.
Is that which one is that challenging?
So what you want to do is you select yourself, then alt-click your target,
Oh yeah.
and then you want to do a challenging strength test.
And I take it once he's rolled that, I
You
oppose it
also
with a
roll
test
strength
as well.
Yeah.
Characteristics.
No,
This
is
is where
that
the
ju-
dwarf's in his.
No, I'm not.
Probably not going to work out for him, but now, Lorne, you need to roll a strength test.
But now I'm committed.
Challenging, public, and have I got it set so it's set
Oh,
to oppose?
mine was
I
private.
think so.
You won.
So I just put my hand on the dwarf and catch him before walking off. The lady herself is probably assisting me with this.
She does
And
try
I
and
say-
squirm her way free, and as there is a bit of a scuffle, she breaks free and immediately starts sprinting as fast as she can to the north, running towards the woods. Fuck! Calls Magnus and starts running towards his horse, unless somebody stops him.
I want to
I'm
sort
gonna
of.
try and interpose myself just between him again, and just not draw any weapons, but just make him have to run past my large armored body.
Well, I'm like looking around to the boys, and I'm like looking around saying, what's the call? Like I'm trying to get to the horse to like basically slit its neck.
Well, that escalated.
Yeah. You know, well, if it was like modern, I'd slash his tires. But we don't have that yet.
Slashes tires?
You can't hobble a horse.
So I'm just gonna hamstring a horse.
You can just let the horse go, you know, give it a slap and like that.
give it a smack on the.
I'm just gonna sigh and walk back into the pub.
And do you want me to do a strength test again as well?
No, I do
Because,
not. Lorne, you step forward, and as you move, Sergeant Fauster trips over you and falls flat on his face into the mud. What is Kern doing to the horse?
I'm just at the moment. I'm just like gonna be near the horse, idling.
Well, you need to decide now what you're going to do with it, because he's about to reach it.
Oh, he's fallen over.
He's about to scramble back up and get over to the horse.
I'm just like looking around.
3,
Fuck
2,
it, I walk away.
1. You walk away.
Risky.
Also-
You just slink away from the horses.
Also, after the sergeant trips, I'm gonna turn around and start walking back inside the tavern because I've fought for the right of the lady to do what she wishes. That's good enough for my vows.
It becomes apparent that the road wardens are much more interested in catching Anita than they are in arresting you. And the whole group of them scramble over towards the horses, mount up as quickly as they can. Sergeant Fauster is covered in mud after being tripped over. And they kick their horses into a gallop towards the woods. Anita is nowhere to be seen.
I feel like I've done my job. I can
Question:
be quite happy with that.
Do I still have the sense of knowing where Anita is?
No,
Or-
that has now dissipated.
Okay.
You no longer
just
have that
making sure.
sensation.
Okay.
We're
did I
told,
manage to
and
acquire the medical bag, or?
yeah, you did. You now have this. You have this medical satchel. Congratulations.
Free as well.
Whittled and Lorne, can I have you both make a difficult cool test, please?
Cool. Is this for breaking or just normal? Oh,
Sorry?
that wasn't meant to be.
An opposed cool
It's okay.
test.
You can just click that button so that it's not opposed.
The idea of an opposed cool test.
Opposed cool
Sounds
test.
And then the dwarf just pulls out a cigarette.
So, although Whittled did not succeed, Lorne did. Lorne, your actions in the face of, what is apparently some form of evil, at least in your interpretation, has enabled you to lose 1 corruption point.
Woo! Yeah! Nice.
Also, both of you, Whittled and Lorne, gain 5 experience.
Almost
Yeah,
did
you
a
might
thing.
get experience, but Runk got a medical bag.
I think Runt came out on top of this one.
Runk did come out on top of this one, to be honest.
Yeah, boys.
Quite far out on top of this one.
So you're now back inside the 7 spokes. It looks like most of the other people from your original coach journey have filtered off into their own groups now. It looks like some of them might be planning to switch to different coaches. Not everyone's going to be carrying on the same coach. Philippe is currently drinking at the bar. Ernst presumably has bought a room because you can't see him anywhere. And Lady Isolde and her bodyguard have aggressively cleared away some patrons from a table at the back and have now occupied that.
I'm
I would
gonna
like
go
to-
head over. Oh, sorry.
No. Okay, go ahead.
The two coach drivers, Gunnar and Holtz, are drinking again.
Nice. Nice.
Classic.
So I'm
Liam,
gonna.
Sorry, I can't find a medical satchel anywhere, so do you just want to give me like a brief list of shit that might be in it?
Yeah, just give me a second. Let me just pull up the old PDF.
Yeah, I'm looking at all the trappings, but I couldn't find that medical satchel or anything.
There should be something of that description.
Could it be called? There's an antitoxin kit, which is in one of the trappings.
I
Worth
think it's
3
under
gold coins.
tools and kits.
It could just be trade tools, surgery or something like that.
It looks like it's
Oh,
only
trade
gonna...
tools apothecary.
No, I don't think it's going to be apothecary. Drugs
it
and
physician
poisons,
as well?
herbs
Herbalist.
and droughts.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
physician.
so what it contains... it contains an antitoxin kit. It
Okay.
contains 1 healing drought.
Jesus Christ, he really did come out on top.
And it contains 1 poultice of factorial.
I don't even know what that is.
Same.
I'll spell it for you.
I've got healing poultice, but what's healing factorial?
A healing
Factorial?
So a healing draft, if you have more than 0 wounds, use it to recover your toughness bonus in wounds immediately.
Yeah, but what's the poultice one?
You don't have a healing poultice, you have a factorial poultice.
That's what I'm saying, I couldn't find that one.
When smeared on a wound, poultice is made from this herbal coagulant to remove all bleeding conditions without a heal test.
And what trapping is that under? There's poultice.
Herbs and drafts.
Oh, God.
Pretty sure if you just type facts, it will be the only thing that comes up.
I'll just check the compendium. It should be in there.
Oh, it's just called factorial, that's why.
Yep, factorial.
I was looking for poultice.
So that's what you've got. You've got an antitoxin kit, you've got 1 healing drought, and you've got 1 poultice of factorial.
Boom,
Alright.
boys.
Okay. So now you've all made your way inside the 7 spokes. If any of you are wounded, you could probably take the opportunity to get a good bed here and rest off some of your wounds.
I don't think I'm
I'm quite
wounded.
refreshed myself.
I'm a little dirty for sure. I would like to at least clean my clothes. But before I start doing any of that, I would like to gossip around the tavern and see more, or try to learn more about the Inigo situation and who she's getting married to and shit like that.
Sure, you can make a gossip test for me, please, Challenger.
Okay.
I'm going to try and get a room for the night.
Okay, that's fine. The barkeep tells you that'll be...
God
Hang on a
damn.
minute.
At least it wasn't a charm test.
I'm
You're-
just failing all of my rolls.
Your
All my
suffering,
focus
your suffering amuses me.
rolls. I just want to indulge in like information gathering and like and I suck.
I'd like go grab a drink, and then I just want to passively like have a listen out to the gossip, just to see like what kind of people are in here with us.
I'm gonna go talk to the barkeep and ask, did I hear that there was a reward for recovered carriages?
Just give me a moment. I'm just checking something up.
The cost of
The cost, literally the cost of a bed. 4 shillings. 4 shillings.
Oh my god. Can I attempt to haggle?
Yes, you can.
That's something I haven't
I'll be a challenging haggle test, please.
Oh, this is gonna be fun, boys.
Hey, at least you can't make it worse.
Success. You managed to knuckle the guy down to 2 silver shillings.
Nice.
Alright, deal. I slide across 2.
Yeah, can I pick up any gossip? I just want to find out what kind of people we share.
Antorius, unfortunately, is not able to glean anything of interest. In fact, he spends the vast majority of his time at the tavern listening to asinine rumours that have no relevance whatsoever to what he's trying to learn. And by the end of the night, he feels like he's wasted a lot of time.
Fantastic. I love it. I love fucking...
Is Witold any more successful? He can make a test and find out.
Normal one, average? Or...
Challenging, yeah. What are you trying to learn?
Just like who we're sharing the place with, what's going on with the, like, you know, groups of tables, what their sort of angles are, etc.
As far as you can tell, most of the people that are travelling here are either merchants, mercenaries, or something of that description. There's no one There's no one here who's any wealthier than Lady Isolde, that's for sure. Few of them from various different places around the Empire. One fella seems to be travelling with some company. He's come from Astalia. Looks like he's looking for mercenary work in Ubersreich. There's another one. There's a group of refugees who are fleeing from Wissenland. Apparently there's a green skin invasion that's taking place over there.
Nope.
Don't tell Runk, he'll charge off after.
You're charged to Wissenland. As the crow flies, just straight there.
As fast as the short legs can carry him.
Take my feet out, like, sort of just go and bump into
Otherwise,
some
the
of
only
the-
other thing that you managed to pick up, which is interesting because you've heard this rumour before, is that there is something strange afoot in Altdorf, apparently, as of the last few seasons. The people that you talk to, they can't really describe why they feel this way. It's just that, like, whenever you go to Altdorf, it just feels weird, like there's something wrong, but you can never put your finger on why.
chaos. Anyway, I want to go and like bump into the mercenaries and have a chat to them.
Sure, you talk to the Astalians. What are you trying to learn from them?
Just like go up to them, like Stallion, man. It's a long way. Like, you got a contract up here. What's going on?
You make some small talk with these mercenaries. As far as you can tell, it looks like there are a lot of... the Emperor has been hiring mercenaries to deal with what sounds like either a rebellion or an insurgency of some kind that's taking place in Ubersreich. You recall also that you saw that detachment of the state army making their way south from Altdorf, presumably to go to the same place.
Fair enough.
Aside from that, they don't really have any information to share with you that's anything else, but they do give you some war stories that entertain you for the rest of the night.
Nice. I want to be a mercenary when I grow up.
What does who have I not checked? Kernt and Lorne, what are you doing?
Well, I said I was talking to the bartender to see if there was anything about getting a reward for the carriage.
All right, he says
I'm
he
not
says
saying I've got it. I'm just saying in general because I don't want to admit that I've already got it in case I want to keep it or we want to keep it.
Okay, for you to word this in such a way to not imply that you have a coach, because why would you ask if you didn't have a coach? That's going to be a difficult charm test, please.
Oh, God's sakes.
Oh no.
If you fail, you can't hide the fact that you have a coach if you ask about it.
Oh, God's sakes. Can I not just say, I heard there's a lot of carriages going missing on these roads, as there's a lot of mutants in that out and about. Is there a reward for recovering these? Can I not say that and get away with...
Yeah, okay. I mean, he'll tell you that obviously any of the companies are going to pay to have their coaches returned to them, but he doesn't give you any more info than that.
Can I ask how much they pay?
But now you're getting
He shrugs and says that it depends on the company.
Damn. And then I'm going to say, also, did I see you sell a room for 2 silver shillings?
Begging your pardon, don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the previous person who asked for a room got one off you for 2 silver.
Don't know, sounds to me like you're talking shit. Just,
Well, I know you're going to ask for something like a charm check.
Hey, I succeeded on mine.
actually, a
I have
haggle
18.
check.
I have 18.
Can I try haggling him down for the price of a room? as well?
Challenging.
Yeah. Oh!
Despite your initial difficulties with getting through, you eventually convince the man that, hey, look, the dwarf's my friend. Look, we know each other. Come on, hush. We'll we can make a deal here. Eventually, he relents and he lets you buy a room for 2 shillings as well.
Nice.
So what is it? 2 shillings a bed, right?
Oh, fuck it.
There's just a queue of people going, yeah, I know that guy.
Right, listen here, right. Tell you what, you and all your fucking mates, you can have rooms for 2 shillings, but I want a favour.
All
What
right,
is
yeah.
it?
You lot head into Altdorf, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Right, take this letter there. Take it to the
Ah.
Four Seasons coach camp.
Hang on it.
Okay.
This is a
Oh,
job
yeah,
for me.
Take the letter then.
What? No. What are you doing? I'm the runner here. Give me this letter. That's what I do.
I can read the letter though. I want to know what...
You're not meant to read the letter. That's the point.
Right, listen here,
That's
Brett.
why runners are illiterate.
If ever in our adventure we show up somewhere, there's a princess in the tower, I'm going to let you have full go at it, but you are not delivering a letter.
It is his raison d'etre.
It's like the only thing I
relent
can do. Is like,
and let Whittle take the letter.
I'm going to like hold it up above me with pause as like sounds come and
Oh,
it's like
hallelujah.
quest accepted.
Quest accepted.
It's just like
Letters delivered, 0 out of 1.
For everyone else, it's lit up in gold. But everyone else, the bartender was lit up in gold as someone you could trade with. For him, it was lit up in silver because it was a mission.
Anyway, so you have this sealed letter that he wants delivering to the Four Seasons coach company, and in return, you've been offered a bed for 2 shillings. You and all your friends.
I mean,
Terms and conditions
a
apply.
letter with,
All of us for the 2 shillings that Runk
No.
already paid, or 2
No, 2 shillings each.
Shags.
how much does a letter cost to deliver? We might be being robbed here.
I imagine probably a shilling or 2. I imagine it's not like. Oh yeah.
It's
the
generally
gold
not that
round
expensive.
deliver
You're
a
only
letter.
going to be looking at about a shilling because usually runners will take a very large number of them all at once.
I mean, I'm the professional like mail deliverer here, and I know it's gold for a letter. I think I'd
You
have
delude yourself into thinking it's worth a gold crown. Okay.
I mean, he might get a gold in total for all the letters he delivers in one go.
I mean, it is true that you're the only letter runner here, therefore you could scalp the market. You know what I mean?
Anyone else got any letters? I stand on a chair like, all right, I'm going to Altdorf. I'm a runner. Anyone else got letters? Like,
Fuck off!
2 shillings for your letters. Oh, what, are you saying you haven't got a girl in Altdorf that I could deliver a letter to?
Not one I'm going to send you to, fella.
Yeah, I mean, she'd have a look at this. She'd like what she sees, I think. Then again, like, clearly looking at you, her type is hairy and ugly, right?
Fuck off!
Who am I actually threatening here? Just like
Some
isn't one
random,
of those
some
things.
random guys, just some random heckler.
I realise I should- I bet you can't even-
The
I bet
tavern
you can't
mostly
even
laughs
write
at the
that.
heckler's expense.
Bet you couldn't even write.
Is there any? I mean, I imagine it's unlikely. But is there any pretty dwarf glasses in here?
No.
I thought not.
Female dwarfs tend not to adventure, they're very rare.
Oh,
Are
You
there any-
usually only find them in dwarf holds.
are there any
Is
pretty
there-
dwarf with
a post board or something like that in this tavern,
A what?
like a post board where they
Notice
have
board.
Like a notice board.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is one. There isn't really too much of any interest. Mostly just peasants complaining about local issues.
Okay.
But there is one that's about. It's another copy of the same one that you found at
Yeah,
the
the one
Coach and
for-
Horses. There's a nobleman advertising for adventurers.
Yeah. Okay.
Same one, he said.
Yeah, it's the same one. It looks like it's been printed, so it's just another copy of the same one.
Okay.
Now, access to a printing press is pretty expensive, so the guy's obviously shilled out quite a bit.
Seeing as he was offering 8 gold a day.
I actually take the note or this notice, and I approach Lady Isolde and I inquire about the personal scribe Crown Prince Hergard. I kind of want to learn a little bit more about this personal scribe character.
That's fine. Let me
Yeah.
just pull up the handout. Where's it gone? God, I've forgotten where these
It just
things
says the
are.
personal scribe to Crown Prince Hergund.
I'll be back in a second. I need to check the door.
Enemy in shadows. Ah, here we go. Enemy in shadows.
If I put stilts on, could I pass as human?
No.
I would like to get some 5-inch heels, please.
Just
Don't worry about it. If we get to Altdorf, I know this girl and you're just her type.
I'm not looking for a woman.
Ugly-
It says
ugly
dwarves
and
shouldn't
hairy.
apply.
Yeah, I just feel Whitsolde's actually an odd place. He's just going to drink and like try and enjoy the evening and chase away his blues over his friend. So he's going to be on it tonight.
Oh, in that case, then I'm hanging out with Whittle.
Yeah, sit down. Oh, you ever lost a friend, dwarf? I guess you know.
I'm gonna.
okay, so
see-
sorry about the wait. I just had to
Okay.
look something up. So you go and talk to Isolde, who is more than happy to inform you that Hergard von Tassening is a very desirable bachelor who is currently the heir to the Elector Countdom, I suppose, of Ostland.
Was
Okay.
that the one that tried running us over? The heraldry.
No, the heraldry for the
different
one that almost ran you over is from Middenland, specifically
Okay.
Middenheim.
Okay.
Or
And
somebody.
Boris Todbringer. Yeah.
and like, there's no like rumors around Crown Prince Hergard, him being like wicked or anything like that. You know.
As far as you can, as far as you've been able to determine, he's a bit of an eccentric figure, but mostly he has a reputation for being quite reckless and adventurous, and he often like takes himself off on these crazy schemes that his father doesn't really approve of.
Okay. Or you might be doing, if we decide to take up his job, we'll be doing some crazy work, basically. Okay. Cool. Just wanted to know a little bit more.
Unless anyone else has anything else that they're doing, the evening's starting to grow late, and you think it's probably time to turn in.
I
Yeah.
was just
I'm
going to head
gonna-
over to Runk and Whittle drinking together, suggesting, and ask the dwarf, "You good at fixing armor there?"
You good at fixing carbuncles?
I'd like to buy a keg of ale beforehand.
Buddy, are you always making me look up this shit? How much is it?
It's 3 silver.
I need to.
Yeah,
I need to cross-reference this and make sure.
You know, I'm the only runner here, and I know for a fact it's free silver.
Ale. Keg of ale.
Full keg is only 3 silver.
Yeah, 3
Yeah?
silver. Yeah, 3 silver shillings for a keg of
Yeah.
ale. Yeah.
Wow, man,
I-
that's. Why
I
would
know
anyone
that.
ever buy a pint?
What was that?
Well,
precarious
because
wine that-
you know, like you guys are just you've come into a fair bit of wealth, right? Like you're walking around with like a peasant's yearly salary that you've like looted from a coach. Like, don't forget that you guys are kind of rolling in it a little bit here, comparatively.
Nice.
I think only Runk and Whittle have got the money at the moment.
Yeah. they
One
got
of you
the
found a gold crown. Like
Yeah.
most peasants don't see that for years of labour.
What did I miss? Did I get?
No,
them?
Whittold looted a gold crown.
It's funny we talk
Yeah.
about gold, and look, the tax collector appears.
Yeah. I haven't seen you stop by my office in like the past
You
year.
just got a fancy-looking hat, and that was it. You were too busy screaming at something or another.
Hey, and a cloak. You got a cloak and a hat.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I try. Yeah, I didn't really think the full evening out. Things kind of got a bit out of hand.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm gonna drink with Withold all night and sing bawdy tunes of a dwarvish nature.
All right.
But yeah,
Give me one of
after
those. tunes.
asking Runk if he's... Yeah, after asking Runk if he's any good at patching up armor, I'm gonna turn in and sharpen my sword just before falling asleep.
I know this song's
Nice and
dwarf.
sharp.
It's
That's fine.
Gold, 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 gold.
I like this one. It's called the Good Ship Venus.
You don't think
yeah.
that you have the necessary materials to repair the mail shirt that was found, but you can do some basic maintenance before you finish up for the evening. Is there anyone else that I've not asked what they're doing? I don't think so. What's Kern been doing?
Just being a
Just vibing.
Yeah, just being a
He's just vibing.
being that like unwanted guy that kind of just roams the room and like you don't know where it came from. He's just there. You're like,
Okay, so if you are getting a room for the night, you need to have paid 2 silver shillings. If you've not done so already, you should do so now.
Oh, yep.
okay, I guess I wander past and
I'll just take it straight out. There we go. 1-1.
Alright, there we go. Alright. So, the rest of you will turn in for the evening. This time, at least, it doesn't seem that you have any weird or wacky dreams. You managed to have a relatively peaceful evening. You sleep through the night. If any of you have some wounds, I think you're allowed to roll your toughness bonus to try and recover them, if I'm not mistaken. Recovering wounds, it's in here somewhere. Injury, healing, page 181. You can attempt an average endurance test after a good sleep once a day. You heal wounds equal to the success level plus your toughness bonus.
Oh, that's fine.
So if any of you are currently wounded, you can make an average endurance test.
I am fine.
I'm just going to turn my light on. Give me a sec.
Yeah, so I'm assuming I just add my toughness bonus to that, which takes me into the positives, which means I'm fine, yeah?
it's like if you're like 13 out of 15.
Was it you need to pass and then you add your toughness bonus?
That's me, I don't know. That's why I'm asking Liam. I don't know if I need to pass
That's how
it.
the
or-
sheet was like. I don't know if I got. Oh, you're trying to. Oh, you just didn't see the roll there.
Yeah.
Usually
You
make
know.
like an audio cue when a new roll gets rolled. You know. I want to see like dice on the table.
I think there's a way of doing it in settings. Post a grievance. Wow, that sounds strict.
A grievance against you.
What's that?
Mate. I love you.
Hey, dwarf. There's a song I know. There was a young girl from Ealing.
There was a young lady from Reichland.
Man, I'm
would
actually
never
like,
give a dwarf her hand.
surrounded by fucking cardboard boxes and packaging and shit is everywhere. Ugh, I need to sort this place out. Okay, so
Just a very
was no one else
picture.
wounded then?
very
No.
bleak picture of your life you paint. Like you either live outside a Starbucks and it's the only way you get internet for these sessions, or
Yeah, well, I mean, actually, my internet is bloody fantastic now. It's like 50 megabytes a second download.
Oh,
Pretty
that's good.
There once
pretty
there
comfy.
once was a lady from Altdorf who'd never go near an ugly dwarf. She.
Is that the end of the song?
she then saw it
She was disgusted at first, but then realised it was a must because the dwarf was hung like a horse.
For fuck's sake. Right, okay, you've been singing bawdy tavern songs.
Also,
So-
is that healing test for Runk enough
Yes.
to heal him
No.
Yeah, so that was the question: was if I fail, do I still have my toughness bonus? Because
No.
I have 4.
No, you do
so
not.
I've just failed that roll. Okay, so I've
Yeah,
still got
if you
minus
fail
1.
that roll, you don't recover the wounds. No.
Okay, I still
Hey.
have 20 out of 21 wounds.
Hey, Ruck, how about this one? Okay, there was a young she-dwarf from Kazakhstan, and she had an enormous mouth. When she fell
Yes.
down, the mountain would sound, and the whole thing fell in. It was quite dumb. Oh, I'm sorry. There you go. Ah, 5 out of 10, right?
Yeah, you just failed your charm test.
Wow.
Right. If you're all done with that, is everyone done making any kind of resting? I'm assuming that none of the rest of you are wounded, so you're not going to make tests.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get a night's sleep. You wake up the next morning.
Just for the fucking hell of it, I wake up before everyone else, right? And I write a letter, and this letter details my resting experience at this coaching inn. And I say it's fucking awful here. I hated it. It is just a piss poor tavern and all this kind of shit. And then I put it down anonymous at the bottom of the letter, and I put it on the post-it board just for the fucking hell of it. and I leave it up there. And I go back up to my room before everyone else starts.
You gain 5 experience.
I'm just.
I leave a Yelp review, basically.
You know, I mean, you wrote a letter and you needed it to be posted onto the board. You could have woken me up. I would have done that. I'm the runner.
Right. Shall we move this story forward? Jesus.
Yeah.
My first letter
You
I
wake
could've
up
written.
in the morning. You all come downstairs, and you can see, from what you can tell, that it looks like, first of all, Antorius woke up, and he did his little bit, and then he went back to his room. Now everybody's woken up. Most of the humans have woken up now, and they're all milling about. It looks like Lady Isolde and her company are getting ready to change coaches and be riding on a different one instead. Looks like Philippe is also taking a different coach, and Ernst is taking a third coach as well. So it looks like the gang's splitting up.
Okay.
You also note that Philippe never actually gave you an answer. Runk.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and speak to him this morning about that before he leaves.
Okay,
I'm
yeah, you
gonna
make
head
your
over.
way over to him. You can see that he's packing most of his belongings. He seems to be getting ready to leave shortly.
So, Philippe, have you given any thought to making some money in an illicit way?
Mon ami, you have presented me with a very intriguing opportunity. But alas, I must decline you. For you see, my destiny, I know now where it lies. It lies back in fair Bretonia, where I must recover my lost children. For I have abandoned them, and ever since the other day, when I saw you save that woman, I thought to myself, oh, what have I done to myself? I have abandoned my family, and I cannot live with this anymore. I cannot be a man of the road, and I cannot be such a charlatan. I do not want to live this way anymore.
Can I tell if he's being genuine?
Yeah, I think there is a test you can make for this.
Intuition?
I think it's intuition. Yeah.
Oh, that's not good for me.
Yeah, you can make an intuition check. That'll be challenging. As far as you can tell, he's pretty convincing. You think he's genuinely had a change of heart, probably ever since he saw you, saw what happened with Anida outside. Maybe he was inspired by the chivalric actions of his social superior.
Well, I wish you the best. Children are a gift. Of course, you know, I never had any myself. I'm still quite young for a dwarf.
Well, mon ami, I hope that, well, actually I will not say that I hope that you have children one day, because I do not think they will be with you for very long.
I frown and look down at the ground. Another hand of Bretonian blackjack before you go.
Oui, why not? I have time for one game before we part ways. Come, we will play by the Reichland rules, yeah?
I shake his hand and sit down at the table.
Alright, you can make a gamble check. It'll be challenging.
What the stakes?
Let us gamble. What do you say? 5 shillings?
5 shillings sounds good to me.
Oh, nice.
Haha.
Is your gamble 73? Jesus Christ.
Dwarf, it appears you are the better of me once again. Yet another reason that I must abandon this career of mine. It seems I am losing my touch.
Well, I'll carry on. You'll always be one of my favourites, Philly. I give him a slap on the shoulder.
Perhaps we will meet again one day. Maybe you will come and visit Fair Bretonia.
If I ever do, I'll be sure to stop and have a look for you.
I hope that one day I will hear of your legendary deeds. For that is all that slayers are good for now, huh?
Hopefully you'll hear of my legendary death.
Oui, indeed. That is the sound of my coach. I think it is ready to leave. I must bid you farewell, Mr. Runk.
Au revoir.
May the lady watch over you. Farewell.
Yeah.
As he starts making his way out, he gives Lorne a brief nod before he starts making his way towards his coach. Runk gain 10 experience points.
For Lady
Hang
Isolde.
on a minute. How does this work? Like, so me and Lorne risk our lives to some fair lady, get 5 experience, and then Run just talks to some frog and gets 10.
Wow, look
I
at that.
gambled, mate.
That's capitalism.
I mean, you hid just behind me as I saved the lady.
I was there in spirit.
But yeah, I go to Withold and just say, let's get this coach before someone tries to claim it from us.
I'm like leaning on the table, got my head in my hands. I come up and I'm hungover as all hell, you know.
And apparently there's a squeaky toy in the background.
That's what the inside of my head sounds like right now. Oh, I don't want to drive the coach
He's not
today.
driving today.
No, someone else do it. Oh my! Why did I drink with Run?
You've noticed that once again there is no sign of Gunnar or Holtz. It's now 8:30 in the morning. Most of the other coaches are getting ready to leave.
Who's going on?
We have our own, so
Oh,
Yeah, I reckon we just take our own
Yeah.
and stop paying for rides we don't really need anymore. Since we have our own carriage.
You make a point.
I just go and climb aboard the driving seat of the carriage we reclaimed.
I'm just gonna be like, well, I guess we can sell the coach back to them in the city.
So there are 4 seats inside the carriage and there are 2 seats in the driver's place.
I'm gonna take 2 of the seats because I'm gonna stretch out at the back and just try and sleep.
Yeah. No, squeeze up a bit. Maybe we can get a little coin back on this deal. Yeah, see if anyone wants to heck a ride with us.
I'll pay you to
Oh.
stop talking.
Elf, help me out with on the front of this, just because your eyes are much better than mine. Let's make
Sure.
sure we don't have any unpleasant surprises as yesterday.
Sure, and I join them on the front seat carriage.
All right, you all saddle up.
Yeah.
Just before you leave, Lady Isolde makes her way over to the carriage. And she offers you all a brief smile, and she leans over towards the driver's place, and she offers Antorius a little handkerchief.
Of course I take it.
This is
Why
a
wouldn't
token of my favour, Antorius. I do hope we meet again.
Of course, my lady.
What would
I
you
tip
do?
my fedora while I do it.
She
Is that why
offers
you were up early in the morning?
she offers you a quick courtesy, and then
Yeah.
her bodyguard ushers her back towards the carriage, saying that they need to go.
Alright, cool. I got a lady's handkerchief.
Quest accepted.
I nod approvingly at the elf, saying, "Nice to have the lady's favour."
They'll be
Even if it's
handy.
not the lady.
Uh,
I just like lean to Whittled and like, "Oh, you see this foreign kilt coming in here, taking on a woman."
So, as you all prep to leave, your journey takes you north along the road to Altdorf. The main driver is Lorne, I believe. Can you make for me an average drive test, please?
I really hope I can.
Can I assist him with driving?
Yes, you can, I believe.
So,
Yeah.
10 modifier.
Mm-hmm. You fucking needed it, apparently.
Yeah.
God for that. Very good at you spotting that pothole. We would have gone right through it otherwise.
As the coach emerges from the Blood Pine Woods, it takes you the better part of the day to get towards Altdorf, and just as sunset is on the way, cresting over the horizon as you rise over a hill, is the white walls of Altdorf, the capital of the Empire and its largest, richest city. You can see the Imperial Palace rising high above the river, dominating the city. It's absolutely huge. You can also see Altdorf University's massive spires looming in the distance. And already the ground in front of you is giving way from dirt tracks. It's turning into cobbled stone, as the roads here are more well maintained. You're now coming across regular traffic as you ride up alongside the river. There are many barges travelling up and down, carrying cargo of various descriptions. You're also passing a lot more other carriages coming the other way, or coming alongside of you. Not many of them overtake you, but some do. And you definitely feel like you're heading towards the middle of civilization.
Thank God.
Can I navigate the carriage's way to the Four Seasons headquarters?
Well, first of all, you will need to ask someone for some directions in order to find your way there, unless we have anyone here who spends a lot of time in Altdorf.
Does the messenger not know the way?
Yeah.
It's possible that Whittled or Kernt might know where it is.
Yeah.
You'd have to wake him up, though.
I could co-pilot maybe. Lead us on.
Yeah, I'll swap with Current so he can help direct to the Four Seasons carriage group.
Okay.
But I need your eyes for the potholes.
I
Okay,
just
so-
realized I've
The
been
road
on
should be
mute
fine
for the
for
last 10
now.
minutes. We're almost there.
I just realized I've been on mute, so you guys have missed my incredibly dodgy comments the whole time. But yes, I was on the roof. I'm assuming. So. I just realized. I'm just jogging behind the coach.
Okay. So, the coach starts... Kernt and Whittled both know where the Four Seasons company headquarters is. It's in the Königplatz, or the King's Square, which can be found more or less in the centre of the city, not far from the palace. It's where the vast majority of the largest companies and businesses all have their headquarters there. It's also where the bank is, as well.
Yes, where I need
Bank? What does any of us have need for a bank?
Well, that's why I have a job, good sir.
As you're making your way through the crowded streets of Altdorf, there's a lot of people here. Like, a lot. It's like going through the middle of London or something. There's constant traffic. Like, you're constantly stopping and starting. There's horse manure in the streets. There's people all over the pavements. It's just people everywhere. It smells pretty bad. Constantly there's people like leaning out of windows, throwing things, pushing and shoving past each other. There's a few rats running up and down the streets here and there. It's a bit of a grimy city. Like, it's very wealthy and there's loads of people here, but obviously that comes with a certain element of grossness. Lots of hustle and bustle. Yeah.
I'm going to turn over in my seat so I'm facing towards like the backrest. I'm going to like throw my cloak around my head and I'm just going to be like, oh, I hate this city. And then just try and shut it out.
As you're making your way through, you can see that there are students from the university rushing around. They're dropping papers all over the place, holding books. Shoppers moving. Everyone seems quite irritable, restless, anxious. Everyone's constantly busy. People are like shoving past each other. They don't apologize. Everyone's got somewhere to be. Everything
That's
just...
a joke.
I'd like to keep an eye out for any dwarves I see.
You've seen a few dwarves by now. There's quite a number of them. They're not particularly uncommon. You see, like 1 in every 20 people is a dwarf.
Ah, okay.
Do I see any elves as well, like high elves? Or...
You've seen maybe a few at most. Very rarely does an elf tend to... There are elves. There is an elven quarter in Altdorf. There are elves that live here. Particularly, there's an embassy from Ulthuan. But the vast majority of elves, they don't really tend to intermingle with the humans all that much. There are a few. You've probably seen... During your trip, you've been travelling like for an hour, or maybe an hour and a half through the streets of Altdorf. You've seen 2 elves, maybe 3.
Yeah. Okay.
Some of them, they're shopping mostly, looking for specialist goods probably, but there's not many.
Okay.
You do notice that any of those that you do see, they're quite well dressed and presumably well to do.
Yeah, they're probably more status than I am. Or a lowly herald.
Just gonna wait for Kern to get back so that he can be here as well. And see that he went BRB. And then when he is, we'll move forward.
So what's everyone's money situation like at the moment, guys? Am I the richest
I
yet?
have.
You're the
4
richest by a
brass
long
knuckles.
shot, I think.
Well, don't forget that Whittled has a gold crown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, do forget that. Do forget that.
Do forget it.
Yes,
Don't
we
worry
will
about
it.
forget
Don't
that you're
forget,
not
yeah.
sharing the spoils.
Yeah,
He has to
he
change it
sneakily
up.
picked it up, flicked it in the air, and caught it again.
They put it in my pocket.
Oh, blimey, look at this, a gold crown, he says, and puts it in his pocket.
I put it up to my mouth. Yeah, that's real gold. That, better not tell the others.
Better not tell the others.
The sun breaks through the clouds, just reflecting off it.
I was too busy in my prayers to notice this. So, Antarius, it's up to you to see.
Oh no. I mean, I have perception.
I mean, you would have seen it if you weren't doing anything else.
Yeah. If I was just like.
So
walking
who's
around.
actually inside the carriage? Sorry.
I think that outside you've got Whittled and Antarius. I think Lorne would have swapped. No, sorry, not Antarius. You would have had Whittled and Lorne outside.
No,
Yes.
no.
Okay.
I'm in-
Well, one of you would have swapped out to direct the carriage to Koenig.
Yeah,
Platz.
Right.
Current,
Okay.
I
current
think it was
swap.
Kern.
Kern's.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
he's
Damn,
back.
I-
All right, he's back.
So,
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Right, so currently you and Lorne are in the driver's seats, and everyone else is inside the carriage. Maybe one of you might be hanging out the window or whatever, but like,
Is
you're
there
all
a
inside
sort
the
of
carriage.
window between the driver's seat and the carriage?
Yeah, there's
so
like a little like compartment flap thing that like you can
conversation.
talk to the drivers while you're inside the carriage.
Come on, let's get to the Four Seasons and get some money for this coach.
I'm
So
gonna
you're rocking up into the Königplatz. And you're finally getting your way through there, and you can hear all of these hawkers. Like there's loads of like street urchins and stuff that have been paid by businesses to kind of like hold up advertisements and things like this. It's like you can hear cries of like Angelito's best grub in town. Stay at the Cat and Fiddle. Finest music and the best beds. There's just all sorts of shouting, screaming at everyone, trying to get your attention. As soon as the coach starts drawing near to a halt not far from the Four Seasons company headquarters, immediately you are like swarmed by people who come to surround the coach, and they're all going, "Hey, I'll take your bags, where you going?"
cast off.
We
you
just said,
beggars.
Immediately, they the people, the large number of would-be porters that have surrounded the coach start like shouldering and shoving each other. They're all trying to get to the front so that they can be the one to take your bags. Literally, there's so many people. It's kind of difficult to get out of the coach.
Usually he's not that
I'd like to brandish my axe.
Give him a kick if they get too close, lads.
I'm also just gonna glare at them, or from the top of the coach.
Okay,
Still
Runk.
wearing my armor.
Runk, can you make
him go away?
Runk? Can you make an average intimidate check, please? Intimidate test, rather.
Let's see. No, I can't.
As you pull out your axe, you try to scare everybody off, but it seems that the people here are so desperate that they're more interested in money than they are not getting chopped. In fact, one of them has the gall to try and grab your axe and take it off you, saying, "Hey, or I'll take that for you." And I assume that you're gonna like punch him in the face or shove him.
Yes. Well, I'm going to yank it back in and throw a single penny, like, as far away down the street as I can.
No one's interested in a brass penny.
Oh.
You throw a penny, everyone ignores it.
Runk loses a brass penny.
You launch a brass penny out into the crowd and you never see it again.
Okay, down to 10.
It looks like you might need to use a bit of physical force if you want to get off this coach.
I'd like to kind of just like whisper out to Withold, like, help me make way for Kearns.
Ulrich's sake. Okay, I'm just going to grab out my...
Can I like
crossbow. Yes. So when Runk asks, I'm going to just like get up, like really angry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick up my crossbow. I'm gonna be like, listen here, you old dog swabs. I'm a man of the north, and I'm hungover. Get out of the way and let's get this coach away. And I just start pointing at him.
As Whittled makes to lean out the window or whatever and start shouting at people, just as you were about to do that, you hear a very, very loud blaring of a trumpet. It rips through the air, cutting through all of the hustle and bustle and the shouting. This really loud cry of a trumpet, and you hear the sound of marching boots. And the crowd starts to disperse slightly, quite alarmed, worried. People start looking towards the source of the sound, which has come from the east. And as they do so, a cheer starts to ripple through the crowd as you see a regiment of the Imperial Guard pushing its way through the Platte. And mounted on a horse in the middle is the Emperor Karl Franz himself.
Oh.
Wearing all of his regalia, carrying Galmaraz, his famous legendary hammer, allegedly the one that once belonged to Sigmar himself, the god of mankind. His company starts marching through the Platts, and he's making his way across the middle towards the west.
That's great and all, but I've still got a hangover. Can you still get out of the way?
It seems that most of the crowd that had been surrounding your coach has now like abandoned you to instead go and try to swarm the Emperor's Guard and kind of cheer for him and see if they can get some mercy
I'm going to
coins.
use this opportunity just to complete the journey in the peace and quiet.
Yeah, I
have no interest in the Emperor. Let's just get the coach in.
There you go. Can't talk to us or the Emperor.
And then the horse whips on the peasants that get too close.
Could all of you, please, hang on one sec.
I just noticed that.
Can all of you please make a challenging perception test?
oh.
I can tell you now I can't.
Yeah, that's good for all of you, please.
No, I definitely can't.
Come on, boys, I got this.
It's funny how the one with the hangover is one that passes.
I do have acute sense sight too. Does that affect anything for this roll?
Talents.
It should add one perception, one significance level, shouldn't it?
You may take perception tests. Because you've got that, I would say give yourself a +10 modifier to this.
Okay. And what was the roll?
It's a challenging perception test.
So it'd be... Oh, how do I do this?
I mean, Does it come into your talents? Because I think you've got a few rollable ones, don't you?
No, it's not. That's,
Oh, okay.
he just rolls. It's just related to perception.
Okay.
Okay. So, Kernt and Antarius and Witold, the three of you notice that it appears two enterprising young boys that were in the crowd have managed to pilfer some of Lorne's money. Let's see how much.
Alright, can I
Say
swing
say
my
nothing,
crossbow?
boys.
Swing my crossbow straight at the kids.
Hang
Right,
on.
boy, drop it now. Drop it.
6 silver shillings.
Oh,
These kids have come over towards Lorne while he's been busy being surrounded by the crowd. They've taken a little knife, they've cut a little hole in his satchel, and they've nicked 6 silver shillings from him. You can see them running as quick as they can away
like
towards the north.
I shout as loud as I can over the. I know there's a marching, but I'll try and any guard, and I like announce my duties, and I say, "Thief, they run with the Emperor's coin."
Right, can I shoot my crossbow?
You're gonna shoot them.
You're gonna shoot a kid!
You're gonna shoot them.
Do it!
Can't shoot an urchin.
also,
No, actually, no one's
how
gonna
did I
miss.
not notice them climb up the bloody carriage to cut my purse?
Because they're thieves. That's what they do. They're sneaky.
Yeah, they're sneaky, man.
They wait for you to be distracted by a big loud trumpet and a big emperor.
Yeah.
All right. You sure you definitely want to shoot them?
Oh yeah, we're out of second thought.
Okay. All right. You can make a challenging weapon skill test, please.
Oh my god.
Oh, sorry. No, ballistic skill. Sorry, is what I meant. Ballistic skill.
This is BS.
Oh, he fails.
That's going to be a failure unless you wish to let the gods of chaos guide your
I mean,
bow.
you could use a fortune point to add one to the significance level.
Or you could just let Lorne get robbed.
Yeah, but I like Lorne.
Thank you.
When do I get fortune back? Is
So-
that the one that respawns at the start of the
Fortune. How do you get fortune back? I think there's a.
Fortune you get back at the start of every single session, or when you decide someone's done something really in character.
in front of
Lee
the
is the
Emperor?
one that
Yeah,
you never
I'm
get
going to use
back,
the
really.
fortune.
All right. You use a fortune. You can turn that into a marginal success.
Yeah, I'm just going to shoot this right in front of the Emperor as well. I hope he saw.
Right. Okay. So you load up the crossbow. You take aim, and you shoot this child
Right in the leg as well.
in the leg. He lets out a scream, collapses to the ground. He's got a crossbow bolt skewering his thigh.
Oh my God.
The coins spill out on the cobblestones in front of him. His friend screams and runs away.
Oh, I'm storming over there. As I'm storming over there, I'm reloading.
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 Oh, yeah,
He's taking a run through his other leg.
I really want this to come.
I'll have your other one too.
Man can't even see.
I'm
It's just like, just messing with me.
Oh no, please, sir! I didn't mean nothing.
Oh, I was going to put my foot on him. Alright, what other
On the
coins?
bolt.
Oh,
What
my
other
leg.
coins have you got? What other coins?
No, we don't have anything, please, sir.
Alright, you're going to the guard. I'm going to pick up the
No.
coins. Like, lift up the kid. Right, where are the guards? I'm looking around.
You can see that there are a few guards pretty much sleeping on duty near one of the lampposts not too far away.
Alright,
Okay.
Why did they rob them then?
Yeah, just straight over to him. I didn't pick him away.
So this kid can't walk.
He's been dragged, yeah. By his, like,
You drag him screaming. You leave blood on the cobblestones as you haul him. As you haul this poor child across the Platz.
I just imagine like there's like this crowd and like they're all watching the Emperor and like Withold is just straight out child
Just straight up fucking shooting some kid.
and screaming, but like no one can hear him.
Yeah, no
scream.
one's paying any attention to you right now. They're all looking at the Emperor.
Wait,
After
God.
my shock of seeing Whittle, to me, just open fire on a kid for no apparent reason.
You
I
shot a
go,
fucking kid.
Yeah, like
the
bear in
hell
mind the
was that
context of
for?
like no one actually knowing why Whittle did this, except for Whittle.
Rug
Tarius
nods
and-
approvingly.
Tarius is just like, what the fuck?
I mean, you saw why.
I saw, but I'm also
But-
just like, holy shit, he just went mental.
So you wake up this guardsman, I presume, who is like
Yeah,
nodding
that's
off,
what he
leaning
did,
against us.
wasn't
Oh, what do you want? Huh?
Well, maybe if you slept less, eyes open more, then you would have seen this kid rob.
Oh,
rob-
bloody hell, he's bleeding everywhere.
Yeah, well, it's your problem now.
What?
I was gonna dump him at his feet. He's a thief, and I show him the coins.
And well, I pocketed the coin.
No, please, sir, I didn't do nothing. He was trying to do things to me, sir. He was trying to do things to me.
No. He is a thief. He tried to steal the Emperor's money. You have it from me. I am an official bailiff of the Empire.
Who-
And
Who are you supposed? Oh, all right. Well, bloody hell, he's saying that. Ugh. Oh, you know what? This is above my pay grade. Right, Phil, come over here. Look, we need to deal with this kid. I think he needs to see a doctor first.
I mean, I can give him another bolt if that would solve your problem.
By Sigma, what's wrong with you?
I'm from the north. We have a more different way of dealing with thieves.
Right, I didn't realise you lot were bloody psychos.
Harsh up north.
they're a good parent.
Rick hates
Whittle, have you answered me after I demanded what the hell that you?
The guardsman and his companion pick up the kid, and despite his protest, they start carrying him to
Oh, you come
somewhere.
over. Yeah. This is the Britain they fell from. Look at your bag. It's been cut. I watched him do it.
Do you reckon that's true? Do you agree with him?
Got your coins. Should be missing.
Yes, I'm missing 6 silver shillings. What the hell?
There you go. 6 is what's on him.
They stole coin from you as well, and mine.
Well, thank you very much, Whithold.
It seems that fortunately the guards were too busy looking after the child to notice the weird holes in Kern's story.
Wait a minute. Steve, can I embed?
Did they drop any more than my money that Kern has?
It doesn't seem like they
done?
had anything else. They only had Lorne's money. It looks like you must have been their
I
first
did
pick.
check. I did check.
I think you'll find that's Kern's money. The other guy had Lorne's money.
This coin is mine, and this isn't really mine. This is the Emperor's. So if you let me, I'd finish my business and deliver this.
Well, unfortunately, the guards have already left.
Yeah, he's just telling Lorne that the other guy had his money.
I'm just going to stare down Kern, towering over him, again, to repeat my armor, and just say, "Try it. This is mine," and walk off.
Roll intimidation.
I mean, I'm holding on to this coin really tightly, so.
Well, what isn't it Whittled that has it?
Yeah, Whittle's already.
Yeah, I
given back
picked
to
it
me.
up. I picked it up.
Did you pick? Oh, I
Yeah,
thought.
yeah.
Right, never mind.
I picked it up in one
Oh,
hand and the kid in the other.
Oh, I thought
Okay,
so.
well, Whittled is currently holding the coins. Whittled did say to
crossbow,
Lorne,
which
"You're
is
missing
like
6
a
silver shillings." So Lorne's pretty sure that it is.
I got a loaded crossbow and a bad attitude.
So am I.
But anyway, Whittled currently holds the money. Whatever happens to it, I don't know.
Right, I'm going to give it back to Lorne, and then I'm going to walk over to
Thank you very
the.
much, Whithold.
I'm going to walk over to the front desk of the.
Well,
the coaching
before you do, as you've been dealing with this, Kearns, you notice that 2 men have walked over to you, and they've approached you, and they're looking at you kind of expectantly. And one of them reaches up, and he takes the little finger on his right hand, and he scratches his left ear while looking at you, very pointedly.
Oh, Freemason.
I casually repeat the gesture.
He continues to stare at you as you like mimic what he's doing, and then he does it again, more exaggerated.
I'd turn around and make my way back to the cart. I'd try and withdraw something.
This man hustles to get in front of you, stands in front of you, and keeps scratching his ear.
Just
I'm
looking
gonna
at him,
st- I'm
I
gonna-
take a
I'm
second
gonna st-
guess. Maybe this is not the man, but I would try and just kind of motion him over to the cart.
Just as it's getting really weird, and you start gesturing towards the cart, both of them suddenly look quite relieved, and they move past you, going back the way that they came.
I'm gonna walk into the office and try and get rid of this damn carriage.
Does anyone watch what these two men are doing, or do you all head into the office?
I'm going to go.
How obvious to us were the secret signals?
I would say it's probably. Well, you know their secret signal, so I guess they were pretty obvious, right?
So
I'm going to keep an eye on them and.
Lorne,
as well.
so it's not hard for you to see at all. You watch as these two people hustle away from Kernt, and you see that there is a man stood in a doorway with a very long grey moustache and a hat. He's holding the door open. These two men hustle inside the building, and then he shuts the door behind them.
I'm going to remember where that building is and then walk into the Four Seasons.
I'm going to be straight after the guards. I'm going straight to the Four Seasons with the crossbow loaded on my shoulder, and I'm going to kick the door open, and I'm going to go right inside, and I'm going to lay the crossbow on the desk, and I'm going to look the person in the eye and say, Nordland Delivery Service, I've got a letter for you.
Thank you for completing your contract. Can I ask where it's come from, please?
Yeah, from, what's it called? The Wagon and Wheels.
Okay, what's your designation number?
I mean, I've just made an epic entrance after shooting the kid. Could be less bureaucratic and a bit more exciting.
I'm sorry, sir, I need your designation number.
It is... Well, I haven't got one. Look, I'm just doing this one as a favour. Look, here you go. Here's the letter.
Okay, where did you say it came from again?
Horses, just up the road.
The Seven Spokes, is that right?
Yeah, that's the one.
Seven spokes. Okay, it seems that you're owed a remuneration of, okay, here's your 2 silvers.
2 silvers, lovely, thank you.
Okay, hands over the coin and he takes the letter from you.
I'm going to walk up and immediately notice the counter's too tall for me. So I'm just going to try and jump up and go, we found a carriage that belongs to you.
Oh,
As
yeah,
my
that's
head
right.
Pops over the top of the counter.
Yeah, we...
I'm going to head over to the dwarf as well. And
what my short friend saying. Oh, do you want to take this one from here, Breton?
You found a carriage, is that right?
Yeah, we drove it.
Yeah.
Is this carriage the property of the Four Seasons Company?
there was a reward for returning these.
Okay, are all the relevant trappings and valuables that are associated with the coach to be accounted for?
I believe so.
Is there any sign of wear and tear on the carriage?
Bit of scuffing of the paint, but
No.
nothing too-
No.
No, it's absolutely pristine.
Okay, what is the status of the carbuncle, please?
Yeah, we've
I
had,
can answer that one.
yeah,
The carbuncle has been perfectly repaired. I made sure of that. Dwarven ironwork.
Dwarven engineering.
So really, you're getting the carriage back in a better condition than we found it. You know, like, and we
The
we risked our
carbuncle has
lives
been
to,
finely tuned. to oil.
Okay, where was the carriage found, please?
to things.
Blood Pine Woods.
There you go. Yeah.
Blood Pine was okay.
Thank you.
Route 179. Oh,
Do you have a wife?
excuse me.
Yeah. Never mind.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm
I-
not currently accepting solicitations.
I honestly thought you said, do you have Wi-Fi?
Do you have Wi-Fi?
I heard Wi-Fi too.
Could I have the Wi-Fi password, please?
I mean, like he's really playing it off. I'm really embarrassed. I'm in like some post office.
I'm just saying. I mean, like anyone who takes this much care over paperwork, you know, you must take a lot of care over all aspects of your life. You know,
Including his Wi-Fi. No, I'm sorry, sir. I'm not currently married at this time. I don't really see why that's relevant, though.
Oh, never mind. Look, I'm going to.
You ask some weird questions.
I'm going to be straight with you here. I got very hungover, and I got a loaded crossbow here. You know, do you think we could hurry up to the end?
Are you trying to threaten me, sir?
No, just like, you know, like how
No,
much
he's
are we
not
going to
trying to threaten you.
Sir,
Can
if
we
you're
just get
attempting
money
to
back?
threaten me, I have to follow procedure.
Whittle,
he's
go and wait outside. Guard the coach.
I may have to file an incident report if this is meant to be an official threat.
It's
Don't
not
worry,
a
it's not
threat.
an
I'm going to
official
wait
threat.
outside. But if he does file a report, can one of you let me know, and I'll come back and shoot him. Make it worth it.
Classic.
Shut up.
Okay, so according to my calculations here, assuming that there's no major damage that's been inflicted to the vehicle, I'm able to offer you remuneration of 20 shillings for the return of this vehicle.
I'd like to see the paperwork.
That
first.
is nowhere near the worth of the carriage and the effort we went to retrieving this.
I'm sorry, if you'd like me to escalate the matter, I can speak to my manager. It may take within 2 to 3 working days for you to receive an appointment.
Do that, but in the meantime, we're just going to keep using this carriage for ourselves.
Well, I'm sorry, I don't think you can do that. It's the property of the Four Seasons Trading Company.
Spoils of war. We rescued this. It belongs to us now.
That's not how
don't
the law
listen to-
works.
Please don't listen to our Bretonian friend. He's not familiar with our customs here. May I see the may I see the paperwork for this agreement of repayment for finding your lost car?
He looks from side to side for a moment, and then leans closer. Look, right, if I'm able to get you to return it at a reduced price, then I get a bonus. So, you know, the way I figure, how about we just put it on the paper that you returned it for 20 shillings, and I'll give you 40, and then we're good.
I believe that carriage is worth at least 4 gold crowns. Are you seriously suggesting that even though it was lost in the woods, we only get 20 shillings for it?
Well, look, that's what I'm able to offer you.
I'd say we take it, lads.
See if you can get us a gold crown each.
You try selling.
That's not going to
Try
happen.
selling that to someone. No one's going to buy it. It's got their make all over it.
Oh, we can file that off. Dwarf's got an axe.
Well, you know that
repainted over.
a gold crown
Wait.
is worth 20 silver shillings. It's offering you 2 gold crowns.
I thought it was 240.
No, it's 240
That's
pennies.
brass pennies.
Oh!
So I'm saying, see if
He's
you
offering you half the value of the
double it a
coach.
little bit.
Oh, okay.
I thought the value of the coach was 240 when it was new. Gold coins.
While they're discussing themselves, I'm just gonna try to accept the deal in the half and just like slide my hands like as a tight little handshake.
Oh
I
yeah,
can't
they're,
use
they're
that.
quite expensive actually.
Yeah.
You're really trying to short us on this.
Can we roll to know more about carriages than the carriage guy?
Maybe
Hang
not
on.
know more about them, but know more of their value, the actual value. But yeah,
Right.
that's the evaluate skill, isn't that?
Can I have a
Listen,
question how-
I am authorised to offer you a bounty of 5 gold crowns, so I can give you no more than that. Otherwise, I'll have to talk to my manager.
I'm okay with that, boys.
Okay, with that, also he hasn't specified that he wants the horses with the carriage as well, so leave him the carriage and unhook the horses.
We didn't find any horses.
We didn't find any horses.
How did
Yep.
the carriage get there?
I pushed it.
The dwarf's really strong. We hooked him up and he pulled it along.
Right, make a challenging haggle test, one of you. If any of the rest of you want to assist, you can do.
I will assist.
I will assist.
Very
I
little.
suspect Rung. Is your
I have
haggle
the
the highest?
No, I have an awful haggle.
What's awful?
Oh, who's got the highest fellowship?
I'm not really confident in my haggling abilities.
Yeah, I'm waiting outside anyway, so
Yeah, I have
Mine's
20.
the-
So
32?
you then.
Oh no, I'm
Oh,
dead.
God.
No dead. Let me do it.
Yeah, you do it then.
I will give assistance. by
And I
looking
will assist.
angry.
Yeah. I will just tower over the clerk and
What
desk,
haggle roll
again
was it?
wearing armor.
It's a challenging haggle roll.
You're getting assist from both of us. Actually, do we need advances in the haggle skill?
I can accept that, like, you're using intimidate to assist instead.
Ugh.
oh,
You attempt to negotiate as
mean-
best you can, but after several like 20 minutes of back and forth, the end result is that they're offering you 5 gold crowns to return the coach, and you can keep the horses.
Dark deal.
I'll
Dark deal.
that.
Dark deal.
Dark deal.
I mean, that's exactly what me and the dwarf were suggesting. 5 gold crowns for the coach, but we keep the horses.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
If that's what you're willing to accept, then that's what you get.
Cool.
Boys from
That's fine with
outside.
me.
high up in there, he can't be that bad.
Yeah, we can always sell the horses elsewhere anyway, so.
Exactly.
Not that price.
They'll be worth a few gold each, surely.
But they're pretty good. Yeah, they're good horses.
Yeah,
I mean,
I will
Just
write
need
my
a
name
bit of training
as a
to be
signature.
ridden, and you could use them yourself.
What happened to your lame horse? Were you
It's still
pulling?
just
following
wandering.
us. It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
still with the coach.
Okay, I was just making sure. I didn't know what happened to it.
So you're now in
otherwise I've
possession
already-
of 5 gold crowns. However you want to split them up, I assume one each.
one
I would
each.
guess.
One
Oh.
each. We're rich boys.
Yeah.
We got money.
I mean, a gold crown's gonna get you a bit of distance.
Is
Yeah.
it in a load of change though?
No, no, you've
And
just been given
Basil
5 gold
changed.
crowns.
I would like mine in 240 pennies, please.
Right, you each have another. You each gain a gold crown.
Hey.
You've also
I'm
acquired
also
2
gonna ask-
bridle horses. Well, two draft horses.
Nice.
Cool.
So that makes a total of 3 horses, one of which is lame.
I'm gonna ask where the nearest stable is.
Because we need to buy horses because we don't have any.
It becomes apparent that some of you might have different intentions for the business that you want to pursue in Altdorf. Maybe you could split up and agree to meet somewhere.
I
Yes.
will suggest I'll take the horses and sell them on, unless you guys want to keep them. But either way, I need to go see if I can get someone to heal up my horse.
Right,
That
okay,
sounds
so-
like a great idea. Why don't the rest of us go together?
some business, so how about I meet you at the stables later? There's probably an inn nearby, so
I actually have some business in the Elven Embassy to take care of, but I wouldn't mind meeting you all for drinks later.
Yeah,
You
that's
wanna-
sure.
Yeah.
and then I'll get my share of the horse money later.
Yes,
I
I
was
trust you, Lorne. You
You're
can
really
take
saying
the
that very
horses.
forcefully there, Runk.
Everyone else can come with me.
Where's a good drinking tavern that we can meet up at if we want to split off and do our own thing? Like I asked, like Kurd.
I mean, I haven't got law for right.
I do.
Sure.
I can.
I mean, like Witold and Current have both lived in Altdorf or been there at least. They
Yeah,
probably-
I've been.
So there's
I
a
don't
place
know.
that you know downhill from the Koenig Platz called the Street of there's a place called the Street of 100 Taverns, which, believe it or not, may have just about 100 taverns on it, give or take. No one's actually ever bothered to count. People have tried, but you can do the beer run, but no one's actually sure how many there are because whenever you try, you end up getting too wasted to remember how many there were.
Even the dwarves.
Even the dwarves.
Wow.
Rumors say
Let's
the
meet in
dwarves.
tavern.
The dwarves insist that there are actually 102, but no one else has been able to verify that.
Let's meet in Tavern 56.
Okay, I think I can manage that.
So let me just get an overview of what everyone's now planning to do in Altdorf.
Okay.
Well, Kernt and Witold, I'm hoping are getting my hint, but I do need to kind of grab Antarius as well.
I've got your hint, though I do have to go to somewhere in the city.
Yeah, I've got a letter to deliver, and I want to go to an armorist.
Oh, Whittles, you could accompany me for a short time. I wouldn't mind your protection for a little bit.
I'm delivering a letter, and you can come and deliver that
I'm
if you
holding
want.
on to your share of the horse pay, remember?
Has Lorne left yet with the horses?
Yeah, do you just want me to...
Okay, so
Yes.
Lorne has gone to make his way towards the stable district to go and find a equestrian who is capable of attending to his steed.
I'm going to turn to everybody else and I'm going to say, right, boys, I've filled some of you in. Antarius, you're the kind of last to know because you've been with Lorne this whole time. But basically, we have an opportunity here to make 20,000 gold crowns.
Oh.
Oh.
Kern found, when we found that body, Kern looks just like him. I have a signed letter here, I pull it out, saying that we can get 20,000 gold crowns if we successfully...
Do you show it to Antarius because he's literate?
Yes, I do show it to Antarius. I'll hand it to him because he can actually read.
Yeah.
So what I'm thinking is 20,000 gold crowns. He needs 2 witnesses, as you can see on the paper. You two can fill that role, saying that you were in the court, that he was a courtier in.
Antarius, you should now be able to see it in your handouts section.
Give me a second. Let me read out the thing.
Basically, I don't think I'll be acceptable as a slayer, but by finding this letter and kind of putting this plan together, I think it's worth a quarter of the share. Kern's going to be playing the role of Listvik, and the 2 of you can be the witnesses.
All right. Yeah. I'm gonna need change of clothes. So.
Yes, we can. I'm more than happy to put my gold crown to use buying some clothes.
Good to find me a noble as well. If I can hear them, I've got like a bit of a talent of good ear, so I can change my accent to sound a bit more convincing. But maybe in the 100 inns we'll find someone I can chat to for a night.
Well, I want to get this dealt with before we meet up with Lorne again.
Does the name Castor Aloysius Leanbrun mean anything to me?
No.
Well, as much as I would like to rush into this, it seems foolish to try to impersonate this character without knowing anything about him, because they might try to question us and like the history of the Lieberg family, because this is a lot of money and they don't want to just pay it out to anyone, especially people like us who are going to be imposing as this person. So I think we need to, at the very least, dig into the history of the Lieberg family and try to make ourselves as credible as possible before we do anything with
Sounds pretty sensible. Can you get on that, Elf? Like, if you find a library or something like that?
I can
I
start
can
looking
head to a
into
library
it.
too. if they'll
Yeah.
let me in.
Okay, yeah, I can start looking into this.
Altdorf
Right,
University is probably one of the most sophisticated and well-dressed libraries in pretty much all of the Empire. The only one that might challenge it is the Empire at the library at Norn. But Reichland is probably one of the best institutions of learning in the Empire.
When you say well dressed,
I mean, yes, it is well-dressed in the sense that everyone there is quite well-to-do because it's all university students. And it's a proper crowd. You don't really get the you don't get the riff-raff in the Reichland Library.
If you want to go there, then like take Runk with you, Runk. Do you reckon you could steal me a pair of clothes?
I kind
we can just try and buy them first. Would be smart, I feel.
Well, rich guy clothes are going to cost you more than gold.
We could say you were travelling incognito.
Well, I'll be damned if that isn't Kern Schaefer. How you doing, mate? You hear a voice cry out from behind you.
Just I kind of like fold a little, like, oh no. And I like peel my shoulder just to see who it is.
Alright there, mate, it's Joseph. You remember me? Indeed you do indeed remember Joseph Quarton. You've known this guy for more than 10 years. He's another tax collector. He works the rivers.
Whittle still has his crossbow loaded, just to remind you guys.
No, it's okay, guys. He's all right. He's tolerable. Joseph, yes, friend. Just hold on a minute. Are we all done here, lads?
Okay,
yeah, I merely nod to Kern and I try to make my way to the university, and
go with
Yeah,
Runk.
I'll follow
Still.
behind him.
Well, hang on a minute. Where are all your mates going? Who were this lot? You got to introduce me.
As I cut just the fellows arrived on the road too. It was nasty business down the south way. How was your way? Are you here doing your drop in? Yeah.
Oh, I've just finished up, mate. I've just dropped off a bunch of cash that are collected in from Talabechland.
There was a march. I saw the Emperor himself march through. What's going on?
Yeah, mate. I mean, like, you know, there's all these rumours going around that the Emperor's not doing so well. You know what I mean? So, like, I think he's doing. If you ask me, I think he's doing all these marches so that he can, like, you know, show people that like he's around and he's good and he's healthy. You know what I mean?
Hey, Kurt, before you carry on, like, you still need me, or can I go and do my bits?
I think I'm right. I can probably go back with Joseph. You can go do.
Come on, mate. I know a really good place down the Street of 100 Taverns. We can go get a drink. How's that sound?
What's the place called? I'll meet you there later.
It's called the Boatman Inn.
Alright, I'll meet you there.
Meet you there. Thanks, Wild. Jill. No, I
Sounds
still
good
need
to
to
me.
go and do my finish off business firstly before I go for a drink. How's the way to the bank? It's we had a bit of trouble coming in.
How do you mean, mate? What happened?
Yeah, fucking. It seems no one's doing too well around here. Too many fucking peasants.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, mate. I reckon it's something that's going on up at the university. You know what, right? Because I was talking to me mate John, right? He works up at the university. He's one of the janitors, right? And he told me that at at midnight, right? When you go there on the Festag, they're like dressed up in weird robes and they like walk around the cloister and they're like clapping bells and they're chanting weird songs and stuff in like a language that you don't understand. It's proper weird.
They always do weird things.
Yeah, but I reckon they're like you know like chaos cultists or something, mate.
I wouldn't be saying that around here, you know. Fucking things
Yeah,
like
well,
that.
you know what, right? So, like, you know, everyone's been thinking it, you know, because, like, you know, the whole place is on edge, right? It has been for ages. No one knows what's going on. Yeah, my mates, they all reckon it's the kids up at the university. They're doing something dodgy.
Right. So, how long is that your mate of yours been working there? Like,
He's been working there for years, mate. I've known him since he was a little lad. I can't. He started there like a good 10 years ago, 12 years ago now.
Are you hanging about then after this?
Well, yeah, I've got my salary to spend, innit? I've just brought in a good load from Talabechland.
You lucky bastard.
Come on, mate. First round's on me. Don't you want to go to the inn?
Nah, I need to drop off first. I mean, I need my coin as well. What are you talking about? You'll be fucking choking me for the rounds.
Right, alright then. Well, tell you what. I'm going to make my way down there. Why don't you come join me before I'm 5 pints in, yeah?
Alright.
Right, don't stand me up, Kent, because I know what you're like.
I'll see you there, Joe. Don't worry, Joe.
Alright, good lad. I'll see you later. Don't get robbed, yeah?
Where'd you say that?
As Joseph starts making his way back down the street, whistling. Yeah, you're now abandoned in the middle of the Königplatz by yourself. With a coach with no horses on it.
Well, I would dive into the coach, retrieve my little package, and I'd scurry off towards the bank.
Why are you going to the bank?
I need to drop off my little job, and then...
Oh, okay. Right, so you're going to take all of the stuff that you collected in the south, and you're going to bring it back. All right.
Legitimate business.
So you do that. You've completed. Was that your short-term ambition?
Get to Altdorf.
Yeah, I think if you've completed your short-term ambition, I think you
deliver
get
back
something,
to
don't you?
Altdorf.
There's something that you
was the
get. I think
party
most of
short-term.
you have the short-term ambition of getting to Altdorf.
That was the party one, wasn't it? So everyone should have that.
Yeah, I think so. Let me just
Yeah.
remind myself.
I think that was our party ambition. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, my personal ambition was to prove personal honor. Did I do that in the fight on the road? Or was it not quite challenging enough?
Yeah, no, you know what? I'd say you were because like there was a good chance of you getting beaten up or arrested or even killed.
I still need to deliver it before I get my short-term.
So I'd say so.
short-term
Yeah,
bit.
we can just do a quick check here. Like, what are people's short-term ambitions? I'll tell you if you've achieved them.
I have not achieved mine. I can tell you
No,
that right
not
now.
yet. I'm going to now because I'm going to deliver a letter.
Mine was to gamble and earn money.
Okay, so if your party achieves its short-term ambition, each member receives 50 experience,
Nice.
which you've now done. So that's get to Altdorf. You've done that. So at the end of the session, you need to choose a new party ambition.
Okay.
If you achieve your short-term ambition, you receive a bonus of 50 experience and can choose a new short-term ambition at the end of the session.
Cool.
Nice.
Okay.
Seeing as I achieved mine last session, technically, can my short-term one be heal my horse, or would that be...
Sorry, no, that's not why I'm giving you your short-term ambition. I'm actually giving you that for standing up to the road wardens
Oh, okay.
and defending Anita.
Oh, cool. In that case, I need to choose one at the end of this session then.
Have I earned enough money from gambling yet?
You did make some more money, didn't you? Yeah, I'll tell you what,
Yeah.
I'll say that you've completed yours, because you've managed to accrue a fair bit of cash now.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's
And
happened?
in
So
the
we've
running
got
to
our-
a queue an awful lot more.
So we've got the party ambition arrived.
Yep.
at Altdorf.
So
And
you've
then-
completed that, so you've all
That's
gained
good.
50 experience, and then I'm asking if anyone else, what your short-term ambitions are, so I can tell you if you've completed them.
Yeah, but
I did not earn 5 gold in a single night of gambling, so
I'm going to change a restriction on that, right? That you
Hmm.
just need to earn, like, 2 gold, and you don't have to do it in a single night. Because, like, 5 gold in a single night is, that's going to be
That's
intense.
excessive. Yeah.
my one
But
was.
I wanted
mean,
like
I
high
earned
class
15,
gambling.
and that was like a struggle. So
Like, you
15
don't,
silver.
you just need to earn, like, more than 1 gold, 1 gold and, like, 10 shillings, and that'll
Yeah.
satisfy your ambition.
Okay.
Is to
And it
deliver-
doesn't have to strictly be through gambling precisely. You can also do it through risky behavior or illegal behavior.
Yeah. Okay. Alright. So, for this impersonation thing, the reason why I wanted to go to the library is I am just trying to find documentation that is current from Ubersrank, because that's the city or the town that Caster Alosia's Libran is from. And I'm looking for like an official notary signature and another official signature, basically.
Okay.
And I'm trying. And what the idea is that I want to have current basically mimic these people's signature to pose as to sign that this person is going to be Castor Aloysius Liberon, basically. So that's what
Okay,
I'm looking
okay,
for in the
okay.
library. Because like all it says is in the letter, it says thereupon upon your make your way to the offices and produce a signed and twofold witnessed affidavit confirming your identity as Castor Aloysius Liberon. So really, we just need signatures. We don't need to have people impersonating these witnesses or whatever. We just need to have the signatures of the witnesses, essentially. So that's what I'm looking for to move this along, basically.
Okay.
You see, Antarius, this is why I have you along. I might be able to read, but I can't understand the legalese nonsense that these people use.
Well, that's why I'm a little bit out here in the middle of nowhere. And he kind of just he keeps making his way to the library.
Okay. Okay, alright. I'll come back to you, Antarius.
Sure.
That's going to be an interesting one. So, first of all, okay, so I've done what Kern's doing. You've gone to collect your pay for doing your job. You're going to receive... what's the amount that you would normally get from doing your earnings? Endeavors. Give me a sec. There's meant to be like an endeavor that you can do to perform your work, basically. Oh, here we go. Income. Income. Bounty hunters hunt bounties. River wardens ward rivers. Troll slayers slay trolls. Others may rely on a lucrative skill. Your standard income determined by your status, which is
Silver one, sorry.
yeah. I'm trying to see where it tells me what the.
Is it not just 1d10 such as the starting?
Earning money with status. When earning, make an average dramatic test against the earning skill of your career. The skill marked in italics in the career's first level. If passed, you receive the money marked in the table below, 1d10 silver shillings. If failed, you receive half the money. If an astounding failure, you have a very bad week. Okay. Basic tests. Okay, can you make for me, please, a... what's the career? It's tax collector, right? Bailiff.
Yeah.
Was it bailiff?
Yeah, that's it.
Bailiff. No.
Bailiff. Okay, so I need you to make a average intimidate skill test, please, to determine how successful you were during your tax collection. Margin of success. Okay, roll 1d10 silver shillings.
Ooh. If only I could count.
Shit, they're just do us.
Slash roll 1d10. Nice.
Nice.
You had a pretty good season, and you're paid out 10 silver shillings for your work after you cash in at the bank.
Hell yeah!
So that's half a gold crown.
Yeah, that's half a gold.
Good buddy.
Right, so you've made your cash. I'm going to move to Lorne. So I'm going to go... I've done Kearns. I'm going to go Lorne, then Runk, then Whittled, and finally I'm going to do Antarius.
Oh, I'm with Antares. So.
Oh, you're with Antares, okay. Right, we'll do Lorne then. Okay, so you've got the 3 horses with you.
Yep.
You've made your way southwest to the equestrian district. This is mostly where the nobles spend a lot of their time. There's also a lot of people here who are like employed in the business of looking after horses. Also, the Altdorf Zoo is here as well in this district. Not very many peasants around this area. You don't normally have that many. I mean, some of them are here because they're working here as like cleaners and stuff like that.
I don't want the riff-raff around about.
But generally speaking, this part of the town, the city rather, is quieter than the market district. You can't shake this feeling that all of the animals here, they seem a bit agitated. They seem a bit troubled. They're constantly like shuffling and whinnying, and they're quite shy, and they shy away when you come near. It's just odd. There's just an odd feeling.
Is my own horse acting?
Your own horse seems a bit uncomfortable being in the city as well. Whether or not that's just because it's a new environment and it's a bit freaked out, you don't know, but yeah.
It's more used to the open fields, even outside the big cities when we was growing up. So yeah, I'll put it down to big city. Too many targets to charge at.
You make your way through. You have pretty much a fair selection of stables that you'd be able to visit. You pick one at random. You don't really have any way of determining which one might be better, unless you want to make a gossip test to try and figure out what the best stable is in the city.
Can I take an animal care test to see which one looks like it might have the best tools to?
Yeah, I'll take that as an alternative. Make that difficult though.
So difficult or average?
I would refresh your page, Quinn. Wait, it shouldn't be. Okay, hang on.
Yeah,
so you're all
black
looking
for
at a
me
black
as well.
screen, are you?
Yeah, the background's black, but I can see all the icons and all that.
Right. Let me just try. I didn't realise that. Let me just try.
There
to
we
fix
go.
that.
It's loading now.
Oh,
Road fight.
Okay, so
loading.
you're back on road fight. Just give me a sec. That I thought that you would have all been able to see that. Let me just preload.
But whilst that's loading, that was either a challenging gossip test or a difficult animal care test. Was it?
Okay, can you all now see?
No, it
I
says.
don't own a token with vision in this scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm guessing that's just you need to put our characters in.
Just give me a sec. How
Drag
about
and
now?
drop, baby.
Oh, there we
Drag
go.
and drop.
Yep, a map's come
Yep.
up.
Yep, we can see now.
Okay, yeah. The if you zoom in, you can see things are labelled.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
The font isn't the best, but yeah.
What you going?
Yeah. The font's a little weird, but it's fine.
So which area was I in? Was it more by the temple, was it? Or was it...
You're kind of in the southwest, so you're not far from the temple.
Cool.
I would say you're probably like somewhere in this area.
Okay. Cool.
Right, so you're making your way around. Did you make that animal care test?
I was just asking, was it an animal care test difficult or a challenging gossip test?
It's a difficult animal care test or a average gossip test.
I'll take the average gossip test then, because I think I'll do a bit better with that.
Okay.
Average roll. I'm going to use a fortune point to... That would still be a failure. I'll use a fortune point to re-roll.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, apparently that paid off for you. Fortunately, you're offered a tip by one of the locals that the Emperor's favoured stable himself actually has an opening at the moment for attending some horses. And you make your way over there because they've got an opening in their schedule. And getting your horse in there, you'd be treated by some of the best veterinarians in all of Reichland.
Nice. Yes, definitely can do that.
You might have to pay a bit of a premium for the service, but you'll definitely have a healthy horse by the end of it.
Yep.
So you make your way over there, and you speak with them. They examine the horse for a few moments, and they say, yeah, they could probably get this fixed up within... Give them 2 days, possibly 3. And they'll be able to have your horse right as rain.
And how much will that cost me?
For the services here, at this premium establishment, It's going to be 8 shillings.
Can I haggle with them, because I know they've just got the opening, and if they've only just gotten this opening, they might not have the work for a day or so. So
Make a challenging haggle test.
Haggle there. I'll pay the 8 shillings.
And they tell you that even though the opening's there, you're not the only man who's come asking for the opportunity.
I will pay the 8 shillings quite happily then.
Right, you cash in. They
12
ask you.
shillings.
They ask you if you want them to look after the other horses as well, or if you're doing something else with them.
I ask them, are you buying, they're not pack horses, they're
Draft horses.
draft horses. I ask them if they're buying.
We could take those off your hands. 3 shillings each.
That seems awfully low.
Well,
surely
it's
you
there
can
if you want it. Take it or
free
leave it.
Gold coins.
Oh, I don't think so. They're not going to be worth that much. They're only draft horses.
Have you
I'm
looked at the price of
gonna
them?
wander
Just
around
questioning.
and see if anywhere else would purchase the horses for more.
Okay.
I don't believe that they sell the horses anywhere in the shilling range.
Yeah, that's not accurate.
You could always go to the abattoir.
Yeah, I mean they're worth 4 gold in the thing.
Yeah. So I'd expect to pay at least 2 gold coins for a
Yeah.
horse.
Mm.
Horses are pricey.
Yeah.
You do some asking around, and you find one place where they'd be willing to offer you 1 gold crown and 10 shillings for
each horse.
for each horse.
I'm gonna try haggling and see if I can get that up to 2, because I just feel like I can stretch their money a bit more.
Make a challenging haggle test.
Hit out its default average. Ooh, yay!
Eventually they relent. They'll say that they'll give you, alright, 2 gold crowns, 10 shillings.
I accept that. That works out as a gold crown for each of us.
Yeah, so that works out at 5 gold crowns for both of them. Yep.
Cool, so I've got all that money now. And then I'm gonna head off towards that door that I saw someone walk in, and just find my way there and start investigating that when I get there. But I suppose
Okay.
take me a little while to walk.
We'll come
over.
back to you because it's going to take you a while to walk back. It's going to be like another few hours for you to walk back.
Oh, that big a city, wow.
Altdorf is huge. It's absolutely massive. Also, don't forget you're walking.
Yeah.
Right, so Witold,
Yo.
what are you up to?
Right, so I've got a letter to deliver to a Reiklander merchant, so I'm going to go and find him first.
Okay, yeah, you're able to find him in the mercantile area, the district.
Okay, so I'm going to knock on his door, and I'm going to be a little bit of a retcon. I've decided what the name of my company is now. It's Nordland Wolves Delivery Service, by tooth and claw to your door.
As you arrive at the house where this person you're expecting to deliver this to, you see that the front has been boarded up and there is a notice that's been nailed into the front that says repossessed.
I'll buy over it. I'm going to knock next door. Yeah, I've got a letter here. For,
You bang on next door, the door opens, there's a dwarf in there.
Yeah, I've got a letter, but they seem to be shut, so if you could take for it and pay for me and claim it back from next door, that'd be lovely.
What is that meant to be for? Is that meant to be for Kevin next door?
Yeah.
Right. Well, you know that he left a while ago. He said that he had to leave. Said that he'd found a new calling, whatever that means. Made his way down to Bogenhofen. Wouldn't say why. Just packed up and left.
Well, my letter does say for him, but it also says to his company. I
Don't really think I can help you here, fella, and I ain't paying for his letter.
You need to get paid in advance, though.
Oh, this is.
You got a return to sender on it.
Yeah, I mean, in these situations. But then again, like, you know, my company code is by tooth and claw to your door. You know, that means I have to go and find him.
Well, I guess your best lead you've got's down in Bogenhafen, but apart from that, I ain't got much to say to you. You got any armour that needs mending by any chance?
I mean, you should say that. Do you have any bows and arrows that you're sending?
Bows and arrows? No, I'm an armour smith. I don't do that nonsense.
All right. Well, I have got armor. Yeah.
He looks. He points up at the ceiling above him, and well, not the ceiling, but above the threshold of the door. You see there, Corrig's arms and armour.
Yeah, I can't actually read, but it would be useful in future. Maybe you just put a little like symbol on instead, like a pub, you know.
Well, I didn't realise you're a deaf git. Right, okay.
I'm not daft. I'm just, you know, uneducated.
Right, look. You looking for business or what? Otherwise, you can get out of my face.
All right, here you go. What can you do about this chainmail?
Let's have a look here. He starts assessing it. Give me a sec.
Do you have any letters you might be posting?
Let's have a look here. Let's have a look. Right, this is pretty banged up, isn't it? Blimey.
It's not that banged up. I mean, it just needs a little buffing, you know.
Yeah, it needs a bit more than buffing, mate. You've got holes all over this thing.
A little patch, you know. It's like I thought you were renowned, you know, people. You're
It's
renowned.
going to be about a day's labour to fix this up, I think. I'll do you it for 12 shillings.
12 shillings. All right. Yeah, could you point me in the direction of someone who's going to? I'm really looking for. I've got this crossbow. I want to get rid of it. I don't like it. It's just too modern. Too, these newfangled ideas ain't for me. I just want a nice Nordlander bow. Do you know anyone who can send me one of them?
Try Marcus's Fletching across the street over there.
Beautiful. Which one's that?
He points it out to you.
Oh, okay. Cheers.
Anyway, right, you leave that shirt with me. You come back tomorrow morning. I'll have it done.
Okay, beautiful.
Yeah, takes the mail shirt off your hand. Right, you going to pay me or what?
I mean, do you want it now or?
Half in advance, half later.
I really should have done that myself with this letter. I'll give him. Can he break a gold?
Yeah, you can break a gold.
Okay, how many shillings?
20 shillings to a gold.
Oh yeah, was I supposed to pay my shillings for the horse, or was that going to be done?
Yeah, you were.
I can't pay it. It says no character.
Yeah, you haven't selected your character there. You know how where it says your name in the bottom left.
Oh.
You just double click that. You can select your character.
I've just done it for you.
Okay.
Try it now.
Hey.
There you go. Right, so you also make your way over to the Marcus's Fletching, which is just a small bower. If you're trying to flog the crossbow to him.
I'm not going to flog it. No, I'm going to very expertly haggle some part exchange. You know?
Part X. Well, it's quite a useful piece of kit. What are you looking to exchange it for?
Right, what I want is just a good old-fashioned Nordland bow. I've got these bolts as well. You can swap them for arrows. I want to be clear. Though,
He says that he'll swap you your crossbow for a new longbow if you'll also throw in 5 shillings.
Well, I mean, surely you can get more money for. You can get more money for a crossbow.
That's used goods, that is. I can't sell that fresh.
mean, it's only been used once to shoot a small child.
It looks pretty banged up to me, fella.
Jesus Christ.
There might have been some use before then. Alright, fair enough. 5 shillings.
Right, you can.
How many arrows are you going? I want a whole sheaf.
And clever.
He'll sell you 12 arrows for 5 shillings.
No, I want a sheaf, 24 hours. I know, it's part of the deal. You're getting like a crossbow, you can polish it up, sell it on. No, a sheaf is an old term, but it means 24 arrows was a sheaf.
Oh, does it? Alright, okay.
Oh yeah, you're right.
That was a
Yeah,
bushel.
this voice is like coming into my head. Perhaps, if you could also throw in a quiver. Yeah, have you know my dad? He was.
Tell you what, yeah, alright, I'll throw in a quiver for you.
Yeah, and
As for the arrows, can you make a challenging haggle test, please?
challenges. Hey, I passed.
He relents and he agrees to throw in a sheaf of arrows as well.
Nice.
Did you trade in the crossbow bolts for the bow, was it?
Crossbow bolts and the crossbow, yeah, both
Yeah.
gone. I've got a set of bow, longbow, and
Longbow and 24 arrows.
and a quiver.
Right, so that's done. What is Whittle doing after that?
Well, say, friend, you wouldn't have any letters you want delivery?
No, ain't got no letters on need delivery. Shall I just assume that you ask that of every NPC that you meet?
So, you know, business ain't going to come to your door. You have to go out and find it, you know. It's a tough word.
It's a sheaf with an F.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Not sheep. Well, with that then, I guess I will head out towards the boat.
Towards the boatman inn?
Yep.
Okay, right, so you're heading your way there. Done Whittled. Okay, so it's Runk and Antarius making
Yes.
their way towards the university and consequently the also the College of Magic and the Reichland Library. So you're making your way west from the Königplatz, and you can see that this area is very well to do indeed. The closer you get to the university, the more out of place Runk looks, and the closer you get there, the more weird looks you start getting.
I look
I
at Rog.
fucking hate humans. I know you're an elf, but like, at least you can understand some of the racial prejudice present in today's society.
understand the prejudice in the system.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the elf can understand it after being in irons a few times already.
Yeah.
Clearly, I'm not welcome in this area. I might go and find some business for myself to do.
Am I a dwarf? I'm also a slayer.
You haven't been stopped yet.
Yeah, so I was gonna say it's a chance of a lifetime. You know, I've never been, and I doubt you've ever been, so might as well see it once.
It's something I'd like to do. I hear the books are legendary. I used to read quite a lot as a child, but I feel like I might be hampering your ability to get in. You look far more impressive than me, even if you are a pointy-eared bastard.
No, it's your decision, but you're more than welcome to come. I won't turn you away.
I know you wouldn't. I'm more concerned about you getting in.
That's
I guess I'll leave him and wander off on my own quest, as people don't like me.
Okay, what does Runk go and get himself up to then, as he starts leaving?
I'm gonna just go to the mercantile district and like just generally shop around for supplies for the party.
Okay, go ahead and look at the shopping section in the PDF, and if you come up with anything that you want to buy, just ask me, and we'll do availability
Will do.
rolls.
Sounds good.
Okay, so Antarius, you make your way closer. Thankfully, now that you're no longer in the company of a dwarf in a loincloth, you're starting to pass for someone respectable. And a few people, as they come past, they kind of smile and tip their hat at you as you make your way towards the university.
I put on the appearance of a disgruntled employee, basically, who seems like this is below his station, basically, that he's having to go do this. And I approach someone that is working like the front desk or like a librarian or something like that.
Good afternoon, sir. Welcome to the University of Altdorf. How can I be of assistance?
Cut your introduction. I don't have the time for this. I need the most recent tax official or tax documents from Ubersrink. Where can I find them?
If you head down into the annex on your far right, head to the bottom of the hall, turn left, follow it to the end of the corridor, turn right, head through the second door on your left, make your way to the end of that row, go down the third passage, then open the door on your left, carry on down to the end. You should find the tax records, census records in the archives there.
Thank you. And I start making my way. Do I remember all of that? Oh my god!
Let's find out if you do.
Oh no.
Actually, I think you've got like talents for this, haven't you?
I
I'm gonna say that because you've got the savvy talent.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say yeah, you do remember.
Good.
And you managed to navigate your way through the winding corridors of the university, and you arrive at the tax records archive.
Great. So my goals are, like I said, I'm looking for at least 3 officials, because there needs to be one that is one from the official notary, basically, and there needs to be 2 subordinates that have witnessed the signature of the notary, basically, because that's what it says in the note. So that's what I'm looking for. So what I want to do is I want to find the census first, to see if it's signed by notary, and see if I can go from there.
Okay, so you make your way into the records, and you head down towards the area. You go by alphabet, and you find Ubersreich. You start looking up this Lieberung family, and you see if you can find any of the relevant documentation for the old baronet. And as you're doing this, I'm going to want you to make a skill check. Which one do I want? I think I'll probably just have you make an intelligence.
Intelligence?
Yeah. I'm going to make that challenging, please.
Uh-huh. Where's my intelligence? Huh. Hold on. Challenging. Nice.
So you're kind of pouring through these records, and it comes to your attention that you don't actually think this Lieberung person exists. You're looking through and you're trying to find any evidence of this person existing, and you're just not able to find anything. And you've gone through your 7th book now. You've got a big pile of them in front of you, and you're kind of like leaning on it. You're wondering where to look next, when you hear the sound of marching boots.
Are they heading towards my direction?
Yes.
I put the book away, and I try to like hide in a alcove or whatever in the library. Like if there's like a hidden away like area or something secluded.
Make a stealth test for me, please. Challenging.
Okay. Challenging. Oh my god.
You hear a whisper in your mind, and it says to you, I know where you can hide. Do you listen?
Yeah, I actually, I am.
Do you actually have any fortune points? I don't know if
The elves don't get
I
any,
don't think
do
the
they?
elves don't get any, do they? No.
Elves
No,
do
your
not.
only option is
I have a dark deal, and I will take it because Antarius doesn't mind taking dark. So,
Okay, so you
The elf
you
is
can
corrupt.
hear the whisper of that voice, that same one that told you where to find Anida,
mhm.
and it murmurs in your ear, and it says, "This is where you can hide." And suddenly, out of the corner of your eye, you see a shadow that wasn't there before. As you make your way over to it, you step within, and you feel with an absolute confidence that you are invisible.
Good.
And as you stand there, you see two men make their way over to where you were doing your research. One of them is holding a crossbow, and the other one is dressed in a very particular uniform, that of a witch hunter. The two men start talking to each other. No, the guy at the desk said that he came here. Yeah, he was definitely looking into it. Don't know where he's gone. Maybe he heard us coming. Yeah, maybe. Just keep having a look around, see if we can find him. As these two men continue searching the rest of the annex. But they don't find you. They never find you. And as they keep looking, you just slip between the bookcases, go behind them, your footsteps don't make a sound, and before you know it, you're outside again.
I quickly make my way.
Gain 1 corruption point.
I gave myself that.
In fact,
Yeah.
can you make a cool test, please? Challenging.
Snap.
Okay, yeah. Alright, that's it. Carry on.
Okay. So having escaped these two men, I make my way back to the Conix splats, and I try to just mingle to the 100 taverns, basically, to just wait for everyone else, and try to just be as low key as possible, basically.
Okay, alright. So you're making your way back towards the Boatman Inn, I think. Unless Runk has found anything he wants to buy.
I have.
Okay, what's that?
Right. I'd like to buy a box of matches. They cost 1 brass each.
Okay.
Per match. So I'll have 10 of them.
Okay.
I'd like to buy a tent.
Okay.
Which is 12 silver, so quite pricey.
Yeah.
I'd like to buy some rope. 10 yards of it, which I think was 8 silver. Let me have a look. Yeah, 8 and 4.
That'll come in handy when Antarius
Yep.
gets
Yep.
a couple more.
So
corrupt-
10
Yeah,
yards
yeah.
of rope, yep.
Yeah, and I would like to buy as many rations as I have money left. So give me a second. I'm assuming all those are fairly
I
normal
think
things.
you may also want to buy yourself a container to put these things in.
And some booze, of course.
I already have a keg of ale and my flask. I have something already. Give me a second.
You want back.
Yeah, you'll need
No,
like
I
a
have a
backpack
pouch,
or
don't
something.
you?
Yeah,
You
I
want
need
a
a
backpack?
backpack. Yeah. Okay, I'll have a look at that price as well. But I'm assuming all these things
4
are fairly
silver,
standard.
10
You can
copper.
find just about anything. If it's common, if it's considered common availability, you can find it in Oldorf.
Okay. All right. Cool. Okay. Give me a second. I'll add everything up. Then I'll get back to you.
All right. Well, meanwhile, I think the rest of you, as the evening is drawing to a close, you start to converge at the Boatman Inn.
Did I make it to that door where I...
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Sorry. Yeah. Okay, we'll do that quick before we move to that scene. Yeah. So you've gotten back to the Königplatz. In fact, you get back to the Königplatz at the same time that Antarius does.
All right.
And you actually, by sheer coincidence, you actually bump into each other.
Oh, hello, Antarius.
And a gold crown is worth 20 silver. Sorry.
Yeah, that's right.
I can afford everything on the list, boys.
Antarius, do you want to help me with this? I saw someone suspicious when we were just selling the carriage. I'm just going to investigate. Do you want to give me a hand?
I can. I kind of look over my shoulder, just like to make sure no one's following me. I'm just like,
I mean,
Make a
if someone is
challenging
still
perception
following-
test.
okay. Sorry, I have like 20 freaking things open. So I'm writing a whole bunch of notes and trying to figure out what's going on. Perception, challenging.
As far as you can tell, no one's following you.
Okay.
I mean, even if someone's following you, you want the big Bretonian to be there with you.
I kind of, I nod and I'm like, okay, let's go. We can, I can help you with this. Might get me further away from what's going on. It's like
So,
a force
I
battle.
I head over to that door, unsling my shield and put it on my arm, and use that to knock really, really loudly on the door.
Okay, just give me 1 sec.
Big heavy shield makes a big bloody noise.
Just 1 moment. Mm. Okay. Right. So you bang on the door of this building. It looks like some kind of residence. Although it's quite dusty and like ill-maintained, it doesn't look like anyone's actively living there at the moment. You bang on the door a few times, there's no response.
I check to see if the door's open.
It's locked.
You can always try patching it in.
I'm gonna look behind me to see if there's any guards or anything like that about.
There probably are, but there's so many people in the crowd that no one's paying attention to you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my shield just to break the handle and hope the door will fly open. Again, using the weight of the shield as brute force mechanic.
You crack the door open by breaking the lock on it without too much difficulty. It doesn't really seem to be designed to resist forceful entry. Literally, people are so busy, no one even notices what you're doing. And you push the door open, and you're inside a very dilapidated and run-down residence with some moth-eaten furniture.
I'm gonna look around and see if I can see the shady guy who let was it 2 others into
Yeah.
the building?
There's no one in
No,
here.
I'm gonna-
There's no stairs. It looks like this is a living room. There is a closed door next to it.
I follow behind him and I also close the door quickly so it doesn't seem like the door's open or anything's disturbed.
I'm
You
gonna have-
push the door closed, and it just kind of sits there awkwardly because the fucking lock is broken.
Yeah, I'm kind of just sitting by the door, just like making sure no one's approaching as well. And I'm trying to just also keep an eye out for like any pursuers for me.
Very helpful, very helpful.
Right, so
I'm gonna have
in this room itself, it's very quiet. Well, you can hear the bustle of the crowd outside, but there's no, you can't hear anyone in here. You don't think there's anyone here.
Okay,
The
does
place is
anything
covered in
stand-
dust and filth. It looks quite abandoned.
Is there anywhere where the dust has been disturbed?
You can make a difficult perception test to see if you can figure that out.
I shout for the elf to give me a hand looking through this. Your eyes are better than mine.
Whoever has the better perception, you can make the test with a plus 10.
The elf with his acute eyesight.
I kind of look away from the door and I give him a nod and I start looking around then. So what kind of perception do you need?
I want a difficult test. You've got a plus 10 modifier because Lorne is helping you.
So
Challenging. Works
challenging.
itself
Yeah.
out as average. Definitely not.
You have a look
I'm-
around. The one thing that you do notice is that definitely there were tracks here, but whoever came through has deliberately hidden them. You can't follow the trail because whoever it was intentionally hid his tracks.
Okay,
I kinda-
in that case,
Yeah,
I'm just
I
gonna
mentioned
open
that.
that-
to Lauren.
oh sorry.
Oh, I mentioned that to Lauren. I'm just kind of like, there's something definitely fishy going on. I don't know exactly what though.
Yeah, I saw them making some gestures to Kern, and he seems to be in something.
Is it
Yeah,
really our
I-
business?
If he's traveling with us, I don't want to be attacked because of anything he's done. I'm sure you can sympathize with that.
A little
then
bit,
proceed to-
yeah.
Go open the other door that you said was there.
Okay, you crack open the bedroom. You look inside. The only thing that you see in here is that there is a candle on the floor and it's still burning. The rest of the room is pretty much empty.
Again, all dust covered and all that as well.
Yep.
Well, I'm gonna pick up the candle, blow it out, and stuff it in my pocket because that could be handy.
Okay.
It'll light when it gets dark. And then I'm gonna just have a look around through any drawers and cupboards and that, and see if there's anything of interest.
Okay, you go rummaging through.
And Taurus is back watching the door, making sure no one... he's being a little bit sketchy, you know. He's kind of like,
Paranoid.
yeah, shit just went down, man.
You sure he hasn't already had a mutation then?
You shuffle around. You have a look for a few things. Mostly, all you can find is you find some raggedy old clothes that are quite lower class. That are stuffed into one of the drawers. You find a few bits and pieces. There's a toothpick here. A few other things. It's nothing really of any major value. You don't find any clues.
Okay.
You find
Okay, so
6
just go to the
brass
lounge
pennies.
Oh, nice. In that case, I'm just going to go back into the main room, just double check that I've not missed anything.
You head back and you have a look around, but as far as you can see, there's no answers here. You can't find anything. Or if there were, they've been hidden from you well enough that you can't find them.
I'm going to say to Antarius, there's something going on here, but I really can't figure it out.
We don't have all the clues needed. But it probably shouldn't look like we've been in here, because all you've taken is whatever you've taken.
A candle.
The candle? Yeah. So we should probably either break up the place a little bit so make it seem like a robbery, and then be on our way.
You want to destroy a few things and then make our way, or do you just want to leave?
I would break a few things, but it's up to you.
Let's break a few things. See if there's anything.
You
hiding.
gleefully take yourself to smashing up some furniture. You don't need to make any roll for this. It's not difficult. You just go and break it up with your weapons. And then you kind of leave the place a bit of a mess.
Yeah.
Nothing hiding.
Takes you
underneath any of the furniture we
about 10
destroyed?
minutes.
Alright.
Oh,
And then I just casually leave out the front door and act like nothing happened inside.
yeah, same. And I make my way towards the tavern. We're meeting everyone in.
Yeah.
Confident that if there was anything in there, well, it didn't hold any secrets.
Antarius, you place your hand on the door and your 6th sense talent activates. You have a very strong sense that you shouldn't go out the front door right now.
I shake my head immediately to Lauren, and I say we need to find another way out.
Okay, you look. I'll guard this front door. You think something's gonna charge in?
I think someone or many people are on the way, so we need to be quick. And I start frantically looking for another way out.
Okay, I take the.
Looking
helmet
around, you
off
can
my
see that
belt.
there is a boarded up window at the back of the house.
Lauren, smash the window!
Yeah, I'm gonna go smash the planks around the window.
Okay, Lon, can I
Using
have
sword.
a challenging strength test, please? To see if you can get it open quickly.
Strength.
Oh
No.
Can
Definitely
I?
not.
Can I? God, I can't.
Do you want to
even
use
sit-
fortune?
Do I want to use fortune? That is a very
Or
good
do
question.
you wish to lean upon the power of Corn,
No, I will not.
God
lean
of
on
God of
coats.
War?
God of War!
I mean,
He
is
could open the
some
window, no
places
problem.
A god of honor, but no. and my faith is to the lady. I will not pray to any other deity. I'm going to just. I'm not going to use fortune in case something else is coming, but I do take my helmet off my belt and put it over my head.
Right. So you bang on the windows as hard as you can. It takes you quite a while to get it open. Eventually, you do manage it, but you're quite tired after doing so. I think there is like a fatigue condition.
Yeah, there is. I think, and the effects.
Yeah. I want you to gain 1 point of fatigue, as it's taken you a lot of effort to get this open.
Okay.
Now you finally managed to get the window open. Still, nobody has come through the front door.
I'm like, get out the window. I'm like pointing like frantically, like I'm still like freaking out. Like my senses are just going haywire.
Your spidey senses are tingling.
Do you want me to go first, or do you want to
Go
get out of this
first,
building first?
go. I don't care.
I vault out the window, shield ready for whatever has the elf panicked so much.
And I also just like sprint and dive out the window too.
As the pair of you dive out, you see someone vault over a wall in this back alley.
Oh fuck!
Like they vaulted away from you; they weren't coming in. They were in the back alley, and as Lorne smashed out the window, he jumped over the wall.
I'm gonna climb up the wall and see if I can get a good look at anything.
Okay, make a difficult athletics test.
Which is gonna be suffering from that.
Yeah, you're also
modifier.
fatigued. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's also already got that modifier implemented.
Oh my god.
Wow.
As you pull yourself with a show of Herculean effort, surely the lady favors you in this moment. As you seize the top of the wall, and despite all of your exhaustion, you push yourself up, and you squint over, and you see the frame of what looks like a witch hunter running down between an alleyway and passing into another building.
I shout to the elf. I think someone's after you. Seemed like he had a long coat and a tall hat. I had to make a guess. Maybe a witch hunter?
Yes, I'm aware of it. I have found something big, and we need to get somewhere busy so they won't try to like mess with us, because we're kind of alone right now, and it's not going to be good if he comes at us.
Okay. Well, you and me are both going to stick out like a sore thumb, even somewhere busy. Shall we head back to the tavern, where at least there might be more of us?
We should probably try to get there, yeah. And I just start making my way to the tavern. I need to get some
Keep
clothes,
close on
too.
the elf's heels. I take my helmet off so I have a better view of my surroundings, though, and put it back on my belt.
Okay. So you slip your way into the crowd in the Königsplatz, and you kind of follow the flow of people down towards the docks, where the Street of 100 Taverns is. And finally, Runk wants to sell some things.
Yeah, I want to sell some, assuming that would require an interaction. That's why I thought
Yeah,
I'd wait.
generally speaking, they offer you half of its value at base, unless you pass a haggle check.
Well, I'll do a haggle, obviously.
Okay.
I'll try my best. I'm not really a haggler. But...
Make a challenging haggle test. But if you fail, they might offer you less than half.
Oh. Well, in that case, then I'm not going to risk it. I'll take 1 gold crown, 10 shillings for the anti-Russian, I think is correct.
Antitoxin? I think...
Antitoxin, and because that's 3 gold.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Let me just double check.
The dwarf is the richest of us by far, if I divvy up the money for the horses.
I mean,
Yeah,
not
that
anymore.
sounds about right. Yeah, you'll get 1 gold and 10. 1 gold, 10 shillings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then 8 shillings for the knife. The dagger.
And then the dagger. Yeah,
Which
you'll
is
get 8
16.
shillings. Yep. That's about right.
Okay, cool. That's fine. I'm just going to buy some more shit. So I'll let you know at the end of that.
Right, okay. Alright, meanwhile, I think just about everyone else has started congregating at the Boatman Inn, where a friendly Scouse man by the name of Joseph has been getting into his second pint and is waiting for your company.
Yeah, I'll probably be like there with him.
Let me just get to the page.
Oh yeah, whilst me and Antares are heading over towards the tavern, can I just ask him, why was a witch hunter following you?
So, I was informed of a scheme that people were planning on doing in our little group. I thought it would be wise to do some research into the barony that they're going to receive these funds from. Turns out the barony is not a thing, and as soon as I was done researching into this, they were coming on to me for some reason. So I'm trying to figure out why this is all occurring. I believe, though, that the person that was going to receive these funds, it was just bait, and this man was a chaos cultist or something, and they wanted to bring him in with this fake letter and interrogate him for heresy.
Chaos cultists? How do you know about this scheme? Was this from those that we killed on the road?
I show him the inheritance will.
Oh, okay, you show.
Well,
You don't.
kept
I don't
that.
think you have that. I think Runk has that.
Yeah, I just
Oh,
showed it
okay.
to you.
Okay.
But you can summarize what it said.
Yeah, like so I summarize what it says. So it's just like one of the men that was found dead near the carriage had this fake letter, or this letter from the civil lawyers, and he was to receive a 20,000 crown will
Inheritance. Yeah.
yeah, I was looking for the word inheritance from his long lost relative, and he died along the way, and we found the letter, and we were going to try to see if we could claim the reward ourselves. But as I was doing some research into it,
You may want to also note that Kern looks identical to him.
oh yeah, Kurt looks identical to him.
Which is why the scheme exists in the first place.
Yeah.
That's what the scream was, and the body in the lake then.
Yes, as far as I was aware. I thought it would be a good idea, because why not? But it turns out, I believe this was just a bait. Like it was to bring this caster person to Altdorf to be interrogated for heresy. Because
Well,
They
person's
were,
dead now.
Huh?
Hopefully this scheme will die and we can be left in peace.
no, I don't think they're gonna leave it alone that easily. Pretty sure this witch hunter is going to keep looking for me.
As you continue your conversation, you've made your way down to the streets of 100 taverns, and you've also bumped into Whittled, who has also been making his way back from Marcus's fletching.
I take. We're just outside the entrance to the.
You're not far from the Boatman Inn now, and Kern is just a little bit ahead of you.
Would it be like I'm going to be
I
trying
grab-
to impress Lorne, so I'm going to be standing there. I'm going to be like, all right, and I'm going to like shove my shoulder, and then like, yeah, just emphasise like the long bow on my back. How you doing, Lorne?
Have you seen my longbow?
I give him a disgusted.
Right,
look
boys,
for
I've
using ranged weapons.
I've spent a lot of money. So can someone please work out that silver in gold?
20, 40, 2 crowns, 16 shillings.
Okay, I can afford that.
Also,
and there's 20
I'm
gold
just-
in a. Sorry, 20 silver in a
20
gold,
silver
yeah.
and a gold.
Okay, let's take that up to.
Buy me a pipe and tobacco.
Yes, I got that as well.
You may want a bag for all of that.
I've already bought a backpack. Oh, sorry, I bought a backpack as well. I've added that to the money cost. I just forgot to add it to a little list.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's so cool of you, bro.
Well, you know, I want to make sure everyone's safe. Like, I want people to be
Mommy
protected.
dwarf, making sure everyone's okay. You all got your packed lunches.
After Lorne, by the way, after he gives me disgusted for the bow, I sort of hang my head for a moment and then go and find Ruck.
Finally,
Right.
I think
And then
we can say...
Sorry,
Yeah.
before we even carry on again, I've got 20 silver left. I'm going to spend all of it on rations. So, we're
Okay.
now set, boys. There is nothing that can go wrong.
Okay.
Before Whittled walks off, I push him to the side and say, "Here's for you the horses," and hand him his gold coin. And then I hand one to Elf and run up to catch Kern to hand him his.
I would say just about at this point, Runk also turns up carrying a rattling with the goods that he has purchased, or stuffed into
boys,
his backpack.
I've got stuff for all of us. This way now we'll be safe and warm on the road if we can't find an inn.
I head over to Runk as well to give him his gold coin as well. And say that's what we got from the horses.
Oh, thank God. I've spent everything except 10 brass pennies.
So I've divvied up the gold crowns to everyone.
Thank the ancestors, actually.
Cool.
That.
Right, so meanwhile, Kern has been talking a bit with Joseph, who has been waiting for him and came out of the inn to meet him as he saw him coming down. He's 2 pints in at this point, he's a little bit merry. Alright there, Kearns, mate, good to see you again. How you been doing? Are these all your friends? Oh, come on, I've got a table.
Magic. I'll have a round on us as well. We go in this. We both are fortunate men tonight.
Alright, well, I've got the first one, lads. Come on, come and sit down.
I go ahead and join him, and I seem kind of quiet. I'm like trying to mull over like what's going on.
Right, well, it's good to make all your acquaintances. My name's Joseph Quanton.
Whittled, how you doing? Whittled Holsteiner.
Alright, good to meet you. You from Northland? Sounds like it.
Hi, man. Yeah.
Yeah, he shakes your hand. The guy is relatively friendly to all of you.
Anyway, this is Joseph. Joseph's another acquaintance of mine. He travels the South Roads.
Yeah, I'm a bailiff from Talabheckland. We're in the same career.
That's where Liverpool is.
Yeah, Liverpool's in Talabheckland, I guess.
Hello to our Scouse viewers.
But but I was doing a little thinking, Joseph, on my way back here. What you're talking about, your pal said in university, and the other night, me and my companions here, we stumbled across something rather out of the ordinary.
Oh yeah, what's that?
Well, I don't really know what. Can any of you lads? You lads were closer, but and I look to the fighters of my group.
I'm just gonna slam the keg of ale on the table and say, "Drink up, boys. This needs to go."
Oh, bloody hell, he's brought it in, hasn't he?
This thing goes with dwarfs, isn't it?
Hey, excuse me, you can't be bringing in ale to my establishment. You need to buy it from here.
I mean, can we
I did buy it from here yesterday.
You what?
I say very angrily.
He looks you up and down for a moment and decides it's probably not worth the trouble, and decides to start polishing a glass instead.
Yes. Don't get between the dwarf and his alcohol.
Can we have some glasses on the table to drink?
Even more insulting.
He reluctantly brings over some tankards for you.
Brutal.
Alright, fella, that was a bit rough, wasn't it? Here you are, mate. Here, I have some shillings on me. Yeah.
I'll be honest, Runk. After yesterday, like I'll have one, I'll have two maybe, but we can't do it again. I'm not a dwarf.
Well, there's 18 pints in here, so as long as we all share, it should be all right. I can account for 10 of them.
18 pints.
I pour myself a nice glass and give a toast to the dwarf.
So, is someone in the toilet?
Maybe.
For fuck's sake, dude, that's gross.
I'm just taking it as background in the pub, and let's just go with that.
So what are you boys up to in Altdorf?
Well, you
Make money. Fuck
Of
it.
course, you've just come to do your job. I know that much. But what about this lot?
Work as well, yeah.
I grab Kurt and mutter quietly in his ear. Is there something you forgot to tell me?
I ain't forgot nothing. What are you on about?
You might be getting a crossbow bolt in your backside if you're not careful.
Is that a threat?
No, I just think Antarius has something to tell you.
Then fucking, then he'll tell me himself.
I don't know what you guys.
Can you imagine that conversation happening in front of you? all eyes turn to the elf expectantly.
I'd rather not speak about it in public.
Nah, it's no one here is fucking gonna hear you. Joe's a good lad. He's good. There's something he's seen or heard that we could do. Well, we might have came across ourselves. But what were you saying in Terrace?
A witch hunter's after me.
Oh fuck me! Joseph gets to his feet. Right. I think I need to be off, fellas. Yeah. Oh, gee, is that the time? Fucking hell. Yeah, it was nice to meet you, boys.
Remember to pay your tab.
No. I grabbed Joe's arm. I'll try to pull him back down the stairs. Like, no, if this is true, then you've been seen with us, so you're best safe elsewhere.
His face pales.
Whoa, what's this?
This isn't good. This isn't good. This isn't good.
Joe, don't worry. Look at that dwarf there. Look at him. He's killed many fucking orcs.
Yeah, well,
Well-
I ain't killed none, mate.
The good news is he's only after me so far, but the bad news is the longer that I stay with you guys, he may come after you. So
Well, it was nice knowing you. Good luck with your future endeavours.
Right, look.
Right,
Oh,
Joe, tell me what you told me, and
that's
then
not
you can
good.
go.
That's
Right.
not good. Look, the reason that I wanted to talk to you before I found that out, I was actually planning to take a trip down to Bogenhafen. I've got my barge here. We're gonna go and sell some wine down that way. I was gonna see if you and your lads wanted a job on the crew, but I don't know if that's a good idea, to be honest.
Yeah, I'll come with you, Bogenhafen. I've got business now.
I'll sound like a good.
you guys are forgetting that there is a job wanted here in Altdorf, like pays a gold crown a day or something like that.
Yeah,
Eight
but
gold
you're-
crowns
8
a
gold,
day.
wasn't it?
I mean,
Eight gold crowns a day.
You're forgetting there's a witch hunter after you. I'd rather be in a different place, to be honest.
I can take a witch hunter.
I'm going to change my appearance. Tonight.
It's okay. I bought disguise kit, boys. I thought they might come in handy. It may have been with a different task in mind, but
No.
As you're talking among yourselves, the entire tavern goes a bit quieter as the door slams open. And standing in the doorframe is a tall, gaunt man dressed in black clothes. He makes his way across the tavern, and everyone goes very quiet as this guy enters, including Joseph, who kind of looks at him like side-eyes him.
Has he got a tall hat on?
No, he does not.
It might not be the witch hunter.
in the
He-
silence, I'm going to start chanting, gold, 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 gold.
As he makes his way across the room, throws a few coins at the bartender, and then picks up a tankard. He picks up a bottle of brandy, makes his way over towards a table at the far end of the room, whose occupants, people who were sitting there before, they immediately get to their feet and they move out of the way. This guy sits down, and
I ask Joseph, "Who's this?" You seem to recognize him.
That's Bad Max. That is, yeah, you don't want to mess with him.
Would I recognise Bad Max?
My type of guy. I
You
walk over with the keg immediately.
You do not recognize Bad Max.
I say my type of guy and walk over immediately with a keg of ale.
You make your way over with a keg of ale.
You're right. I hear you're the type of guy who enjoys a drink and a card game.
He just stares at you. He doesn't say anything, sipping at his brandy.
Oh, I like it. Finally away from those talkative sods. And I just sit down on the chair opposite him and just quietly drink my drink.
You do so. You sit opposite this dodgy man. All the others are like looking at you like, what is he doing?
Yeah, my entire plan here is to spend the entire night drinking and staring him in the eyes.
As Joseph watches you go, and then he's like, "Oh wow, right, you've got one hell of a character there, haven't you?"
Anyway, Joseph, was it like how much are you paying for crew?
Look, I can offer you 3 shillings a day.
How many days do you reckon it'll take to get down?
Don't know, I reckon probably going to take us about 4 days to get down there, maybe 5.
So what? That's 10, right?
Yeah, give or take.
I mean,
I can do you 10 shillings for the trip. That sounds all right to me.
Can I ask someone who can do numbers? Like, how much is that?
Half a crown.
Half a crown, mate.
No. So 3, and then another 3. That's what? That's 5 and a bit in it.
That's
And then
6, mate.
2 more. Okay, so then 2 6s. That's like 10, right?
No, mate, that's 9. But I'm going to offer you 10.
Hang on a minute, did someone say 12? I like 12. That's bigger.
I'm not giving you 12, lad. Come on, don't have me on like this. Keynes, I'm already offering you a good deal. Come on, mate.
Binding you up. Well, so take the deal. Joe's here's good on his word.
Fine.
Right, okay, so, look, you'll be working 9 to 5, right? You'll just be helping me out on the boat. We'll be taking it in watches. But it'd only be about 4 days' work, 5 days.
That'd do, yeah. So 5 days, wait, that's another 5 days. That's another 5 on top, right, isn't it? What's that?
Mate, I've offered you 10 shillings. Are you going to take it or not?
Wait, why didn't you just give me the 3 a day, or whatever it was? Was it 3, did you say, or 4? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I'll take 10.
Bloody hell, mate, you're confused in the head. You are. Look, mate, 10 shillings for the trip to
Last
Boganath,
night.
and that's what I'm offering you. That goes for anyone who wants to take that job. You can come with. He looks at
Sorry,
the elf
Roy.
for a moment.
Look, Joe, he's probably confused himself. He's an elf. He doesn't know what. I mean, he's hardly.
Well, I can only hope that he's overreacting, because if the Inquisition's after him,
I'm sure.
The witch hunters, you
By
mean?
the way, Kern, who were those suspicious people trying to contact you?
Oh, I don't know. There's a few folk around that do the circles, and I've just probably mistaken it. I pause for a second, and then I remember the deal, and I'm like, mistaken identity.
suddenly the door bangs open again. And this time, 2 very well-dressed young boys. One is very fat, and the other is very thin. They come in, they're wearing ridiculously feathered hats. They're wearing these posh pantaloons. They've got these knickerbockers. They're wearing these ridiculous puffed doublets. They look very fine, very fancy. They're wearing loads of velvet. And they come in, they're absolutely wasted off of their faces. And they say, I say, chaps, look at all these peasants having a drink.
I just looked to the other. I looked at Kern, and I looked to the, and I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna go have a conversation.
Look at these peasants, these filthy commoners. As these 2 men come barging in, shouting at the top of their lungs. Coming in behind them is a complement of 5 bodyguards carrying halberds.
Hey, you 2 seem like you're pretty well-to-do guys. Yeah. pretty up there, are you?
Look at this, George. It's a peasant.
Oh, that's right. You
Is
don't...
Ben still wearing his fancy hat and cape?
I've got my hat on.
Kent is still wearing his fancy clothes, I think. Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Can I? You know, it's very rare you get these moments where the classes can interact, swap stories.
He wants to interact with us, Jacob. Shall we do the brandy bounce? Oh yes, George. Let's do the brandy bounce.
No.
We're going to do the brandy bounce. Are you ready?
Wait.
1, 2, 3. As these two men start violently chugging pints of brandy rapidly.
No, I've got a better idea for you boys. You're gonna love this. Okay. I look at the barman and I'm like, I'll wait till I get their attention.
It's never gonna
Go on,
happen.
lads. Go on,
And
lads.
suddenly they violently vomit. Can you make a challenging agility test, please, to get out of the way? Or you will be soaked in vomit.
Agility.
So, Max, I think I see some marks.
Okay, I've got to spend a fortune, please.
I think you need more than one fortune point, because that would still be a failure. You could re-roll it with a fortune point, but it might be even worse.
Runk, can you make an average intuition test, please?
Always.
Are you actually using a fortune point, or are you just going to get soaked in vomit?
Using a fortune point. So I get a reroll, do I?
You do, yes.
Boom. Oh. First up,
Alas, no amount of favour or fortune saves you from getting soaked in vomit.
Hang a bit. Right, maybe
a dark deal.
Do you want to have the Chaos Gods protect you from this vomit?
Does a dark deal automatically pass it, or
No, it doesn't. Not unless I want it to, but it can get you a reroll.
Then I won't
you
sell
take
myself
3
for
dark
it.
deals in a row to pass that?
I'm gonna be like, what the hell have you done? Look, I'm trying to. Guys.
Runk, you notice that Max, Bad Max, the man sat across from you, he knows the bodyguards, and you can tell, because he's like watching them very closely, and they've made eye contact a few times.
Max, what you thinking? I sense opportunity.
He still doesn't reply to you. He hasn't said a word to you since you sat down in front of him. You've been there for about 15 minutes now.
I put my hand on his knee.
As you do so, he grabs the table and pushes it over in front of you, attempting to hit you with it. You can make an opposed strength roll to try and catch it.
Oh, what
yeah.
about the keg of ale?
Well, I'm assuming that's to the floor. My
That's
tankard-
also on the
my tankard,
table.
they might be going flying. Strength.
Catch the ale.
Is that challenging? Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hopefully that will be enough. Yeah.
Right, so Max grabs his table and he flips it, and you, like, because obviously you're ready for this, you just kind of, like, get up out of your seat and you grab it with one hand and you just hold it above your head.
Everything okay there, Max? You've spilt your brandy.
Fucking dwarf! Who do you think you are?
What are you talking about? We were having a casual conversation.
I don't want to talk to you, you filthy ginger bastard.
Then why didn't you say that earlier? We've been talking for 15 minutes.
You want to go? You want to go, you ugly little bastard?
I sense hostility. Is this like homosexuality?
I will knock you out if you don't get out my face, dwarf.
Again, this hostility. Can I hit him with a table?
Yes.
How do I do that?
You want to make a difficult test with your weapon skill, because you're using an improvised weapon.
Well, I mean, I'm already holding it though, so does that not make it easier?
Yeah, it's an improvised weapon.
Does he just not let it fall down? On
Yeah,
his
about to say,
head?
my point is do I just drop it on his head?
Or is it going to be he's going to try dodging it and he needs to know
Well,
how...
yeah, he's going to get out of the way, obviously.
Okay.
Or
Alright.
try to.
No.
I hit him with a table. If he successfully like takes this hit, I'm gonna call bullshit.
No, he does not.
You launch a table at him, and it hits him square in the chest, and he smashes into the wall, and then crumples to the ground, groaning in pain.
LGBTQ bitch. I pick up my. How's his bottle of brandy?
It's like half drank.
Yeah, but is it smashed or is it fine on the floor?
It's smashed. It's kind of leaking
Oh,
everywhere.
okay. No, never mind then. I pick up my cask of ale and say, and turn round. I'm assuming the whole bar's staring at me.
Yeah, the whole bar is like... No, suddenly there's a few people are actually chanting now. Dwarf, 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 dwarf!
He didn't want to pay his tab. I pick up my cask and walk back to the original table.
I bet the bartender's really glad he didn't challenge you further on that keg of ale.
Runk, you can have 5 experience points.
Yay!
You've beaten the shit out of this guy who's like slumped on the ground. The two noblemen are laughing very loudly at this. Meanwhile, Whittled is still like soaked in alcohol in front of them.
Alright, you guys.
I go to
A man, one of the people nearby, one of the patrons, immediately comes over and he hands Runk a whiskey.
Cheers, mate.
You're a hero. You're a proper hero. You are well done, mate. That was sick.
Can I search see if he has a coin pouch on him?
Are you going back over?
Well, before I walk over, like.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Okay, you search him. You can see he's got 12 shillings on him.
Damn.
I just slam the 12 shillings on the bar and say, "Round for everybody."
Way! Everyone starts cheering very loudly, and suddenly someone's acquired a flute and starts playing music, and the atmosphere is very merry.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Runk, you are now known as the hero of Tavern Street, as you have beaten the local bully.
I go to Antarius. Do you want to explain what you found in that library? And then I head over to see if...
Look, fellas, listen, if you want, it sounds to me like you've got some sensitive information to discuss. If you want, we can go to the barge. I can give you guys...
When are you leaving?
Well, I mean, we're leaving
What's
tomorrow
going on?
morning, but there's cabins for you.
Well, there's another potential mission on the table that I'd like to take advantage of if we can.
Well, all right.
beforehand.
Well, I can delay a bit, but I want to get going by tomorrow afternoon. So,
I can't leave until at least 2 days, maybe 3, so...
It's probably not a good idea for me to try to leave town either, because if I leave, then it might bring the trouble to everyone upon the barge, and there's no need to do that to innocent people.
Aye, but if you hang around a little longer, you might get picked off.
I just need to make my way to the Elven Embassy and lay low for a little bit. I'll be alright. But, yeah, there's a...
So, where was this other job, this contract? Was it a mercenary contract, was it not?
Yeah, we need to inquire with the Emperor's scribe, but he doesn't want any dwarves.
the Crown
so I guess
Prince
one
of Ostland.
Yeah, but he doesn't like
Him.
dwarves.
Yeah,
They don't
so I
want
guess
dwarves.
you just say that you've got another man.
Mm-hmm. Just say he's
So-
preoccupied. But we could definitely try to get that started. But for now, I do have this pressing witch hunter hunting me.
That's not a problem,
Right.
mate,
So,
I've told
so you're saying, could you get going in 2 days?
Give us 2 days, we could get going, Joseph. we've just came back through the city after quite a rough ride, so.
Right, yeah, I suppose you got a point. I think we can still make it in time. I'll still have like 4 days left to get ready. If I make it 3, it'll be all right. Yeah, okay. Look, we can wait. I can wait for 2 days, right? If we can get going on the in 2 days, if we can get going in the afternoon. If that sounds all right with you, then I'll take you on.
Only if my horse is healed.
Sounds good to me.
You've my word on it, Joe.
All right then. Right, I'll see you in 2 days. But if you need somewhere to sleep, you can stay by the barge, unless you want to get rooms here.
I think the barge sounds like a good option.
We'll probably go to the barge. Don't think we'd want to stick around in this tavern too long.
I do need to keep moving, or else I'm gonna get.
I think we need to duck Whittled in the river first.
But yeah. So.
Say, Taurus, why do you believe there's a witch hunter after you? It's such a.
No, I know there is a witch hunter after me. I saw him twice actually. Once in the library and once after checking on your friends in the Kronsplatz.
Aye, but what did you find in the library?
So, I was doing some research into Lutenberg, the barony,
Aye,
and it's not a thing at all. So,
then
there's literally no information whatsoever about Uberstrink or this baron or
then what
anything
did we
about it.
stumble across?
So what I think it is, this letter was sent to this man to bring him to the Altdorf, and he was to be interrogated by the Inquisition. So
Mm-hmm.
The Emperor's
So-
Inquisition.
Yeah, so they're not looking for you, they're looking for someone who looks like me.
no, they are looking for me right now because they believe that I am affiliated with the person that looked like you. So they don't know you're in town yet. They don't. There's no way that they would know that you're in town, but they do
Unless
know
they're
I'm
in
in town.
league.
What about the two I met?
Doesn't sound like good talk for a tavern, fellas.
It doesn't,
Yeah.
though, Joe. I think we might have.
We
stepped
might need to
up
get
on a
out of here
different shit.
and at least find somewhere more quiet to.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're only a little bit down on the docks. It'll be quiet down there. Come on.
Let's head
Yeah.
to the barge, eh?
You know, so start heading to the barge.
Does anyone else do anything else?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
as I'm standing up, I'd like to say, ladies, gentlemen, enjoy your night on Max. He might be a bit of a prick, but at least he's happy to spend his money, eh?
Literally everyone loves you.
Yeah.
The entire tavern is drinking to your name, which they don't actually have. So you're just the dwarf.
I am Runk Orc Gut.
Runk Orc Gut. Runk Orc Gut.
I walk out with a happy stride.
Not quite the Slayer's legend he wants.
Yo,
to
so
be known, but a legend nevertheless.
right, so after the incident, I want to sort of get into a little argument with the nobles,
Okay.
and I just want to push them, make them talk, not push them with words.
You want to get your template.
And then as they sort of argue back, I slowly modulate my voice throughout the argument to become more and more like them.
Okay. You do not need to make a roll to do this. You succeed.
Hey,
You now have a convincing impression of a noble person from Altdorf. You believe that you can mimic that accent and mannerisms more or less perfectly. All you need
Even
now
when
is
they're
the correct
sober.
clothes. Yeah, just because they're slurring doesn't mean he doesn't know how to talk the same accent properly.
Liam, at some point, if you get a chance, I'd also like to find out how much it would cost for a war sheep, a battle ram, or a goat. I posted it in Discord. I'd like to have that.
You're not a
information.
halfling.
Well, I'm a similar size.
Actually,
You're quite a bit
you weigh
bigger.
significantly more than a halfling, actually.
Then I'll get one of the larger, more aggressive than Warsheep, a battle ram.
Anyway, right. You are making your way down to the docks. As you come towards the barge, you can see it nearby, and Joseph takes you over there. And he lets out a cry of alarm as he stops at the gangway and puts a hand over his mouth.
Joe, what is it?
Look! And he points, and there are 2 corpses on the deck of the barge.
Are you boys?
No, they're not. They're not
hello.
from me. They're not my crew. My crew's up in the pub.
Fuck.
I head over to these 2 corpses to see if I can figure out what killed them and see if they've got any coins or things of identification on them.
Lorne makes his way over. Looking at them, you realise that you know them. They're the 2 men that approached Kernt earlier when you arrived at the Königsplatz.
Oh. I gesture to Antarius and let him know that these were the 2 that I was looking for in that suspicious room.
Why are they dead though? Why are they here?
Why does everybody keep killing without me?
Joe, is it just wine you've got in this barge?
Yeah, it's just wine, mate. That's all we're doing. That's all we're taking down there.
Are you sure? Is this your job? Or are you doing this or someone?
No, this is me. This is my enterprise.
Right then.
So
Look here,
what
I've
was
got
it
this
that killed-
leaflet for the Scharfenfest down in Bogenhafen. He shows you this leaflet. Hang on.
What was it that
If you
killed
can't
them?
read, just close it.
But Joe, you know I can't fucking read for shit, but there's no point flashing at me. You know I'm just a nimmer.
Look, mate, it's a flyer for the fair. They're going to be doing a joust.
Great joust. That sounds fun. That sounds fun.
I look at him up and down. I say, "Yeah, good luck with that."
Right, so
His attention turns back to the 2 bodies, which is much more pressing.
I'll like kind of poke the body with my toe, trying to see like if there's anything on them.
It becomes
I
apparent
did check that.
that they have been shot in the neck with a crossbow.
Oh shit!
And it appears
Oh,
that
shit.
the bolts must have been recovered because they're no longer here.
I just want you all to know I sold my crossbow earlier. This is nothing to do with me.
Well, that's
Was
gonna
there
look a
anything
bit
of
suspicious,
value
isn't
on
it?
them?
So
Do they have any notes or anything on them?
yeah, so I'm trying to search over them.
Searching their bodies reveals 2 daggers, 1 each, and 3 shillings, 19 brass pennies.
I'll pocket the
They
shilling.
carry no identification, at least not on their clothes.
Here you go, I'll take
Who was
a.
it that found shillings?
Who was it that was... Kernt, I guess?
I'll be
Oh, I
like,
thought I was searching the bodies as well.
You said you were gonna go and look at what killed them.
And see if there was anything valuable on them.
we'll split the coin.
Okay, look, right. Antarius finds a shilling, Kernt finds a shilling, and you find a shilling. Happy?
Yeah,
Cool.
I'll take a dagger.
bastards.
Yeah. I'll
Uh,
grab a
Fucking
dagger as well, then, I
gremlins, I
guess.
swear to God.
Fuck.
Always gonna want
I'll
more
leave it.
weapons.
Right, no,
Okay.
Joe, these 2 fellas fucking walked up to me when I came into town. And now they're here on your boat, dead.
It wasn't me, mate. I didn't kill him. I don't know what's going on here.
You better be fucking talking straight with me, Joe.
Mate, why would I... What the fuck? Are you accusing me of this?
Well, I ain't seen you in fucking so long.
Mate,
What-
really? Me? Killing people?
I never said you
Does-
killed anyone, did I? You were with me, but...
What, they're fucking dead on me boat, aren't they?
Well, then fucking explain yourself. Like,
I don't know why they're here. You said they'd come and met you. You're the one up in this dodgy shit with the fucking witch hunters.
Fuck. Oh, let's get this-
Joseph, calm down, take a breath. We'll just throw them in the river. No one will know what happened. It's nothing tying it to your boat. They'll float
What
downstream.
if,
They'll
what
turn
if
up
someone's
somewhere,
seen
it's
it?
another
What if someone's
unfortunate-
fucking seen it?
Then it's nothing to do with us. We were in the tavern. I've got an alibi, as do we all. I knocked out that dickhead.
Right, okay, get him in the river. Get him in the fucking river. Let's go.
Before they move the bodies, is there like any signs of like a pool of blood, like were they killed here, or
Yes,
does it
you
seem
can
like
tell that they were killed here. There's blood on the deck.
Okay.
They fell where they died.
I'm going to pick up one of the bodies and throw it in the river.
Okay, you do so.
I'll help with that, and then I'll
I
help
take
with.
it Joe doesn't look.
Yeah, I'm going to help with mopping up the deck as well. Yeah.
All right, you get the deck cleaned up pretty quick. Joseph looks very stressed out.
I kind of like paranoidly check the roofs and see if there's anyone like watching over us or anything.
Make
like
a challenging perception test.
That. Okay.
Ooh. It's never good when the DM says that.
Yeah.
That means yes.
Hey.
Antarius scans the roofs of the nearby buildings, but he sees no one.
I'm gonna walk through the barge, just making sure that there's no one else on board.
You methodically search the barge. But as far as you can tell, there's nobody on here. The crew are away, on leave. It's just you and Joseph.
So these were two fellas which...
You do indeed find a large amount of wine in the cargo hold.
Keep that away from
Yeah,
the wall.
but these are two fellas Kurt was talking to, right? So who are they, Kurt? Like, honestly.
I don't fucking know. Right, there's sometimes in my trade business you get some people, but these are no one fucking robes and shit. No, I thought they were just a bit overprotective, but no, I've no idea who these lads are.
They were making
Okay.
some very obvious attempts to communicate with you.
Well, that's why I was thinking mistaken identity. Maybe
Okay. I mean, there's a lot of mistaken identity going around because now we got
There was wait,
after the elf.
but there's the guy that looks like you. That
that's
was
what I was thinking.
dead.
Maybe they were trying to signal him.
Now they're dead.
Man, well, fuck me. It
So,
might just be me next. So
Okay, listen up. Okay, we don't know for sure that these two fellas, like, everyone could have a crossbow, right? It might be that there's something else at foot. Maybe these things are separate from it all.
this could be just coincidence they're in this barge, but
Well, why would they be on this barge?
Well,
Like, they were probably looking for you, Kurt.
Yeah, it all centers around your deception there.
okay, let's put it another way. Okay, so Kern is a tax collector. No one will really mourn them. And, like, an elf, there's plenty of them, right? So, I mean, lads, like... You know, maybe
I'm
you
go-
should think we could cut these guys loose, then go south on the river, can earn some coin, carry on from there.
I'm going to search through my backpack and pull out the disguise kit and say, gents, I think you should both acquire new faces.
Say what?
It's a disguise kit. Make yourself look different. Stick a wig on. Maybe cover up your ears so no one knows you're an elf as much as possible.
I'm too tall.
For God's sake, take off that ridiculous hat.
It might be time to fade back into anonymity.
You're best right. I'm kind of overdressed here as well. I suppose we're here for another 2 days, so let's try and. Fuck.
Do any of you have the entertain acting skill?
I do,
No.
yes.
If Whittled has that skill, you are capable of making some convincing disguises.
Alright, come here. When I was younger, one of my first jobs, I was I used to do a few talents, a few tricks in the inns at home, and some coins. You know, I think I can do something here. Do you want me to do a test?
Yeah, can you make for me an average entertain acting skill? If you want to disguise somebody,
I'll lop off some of that elixir and slap it on mine.
I'll do the tax collector first. So, what I'm thinking for you is let's get this off. Like let's rip a few clothes. It's going to make you look a little bit poorer. You know, you'll blend into the town. There's lots of poor here.
Right.
Yeah, so I'll just dirty him up a bit. No
Right.
wigs, nothing like
You,
that.
you-
Just like dirtying him up a bit, like tearing off.
You get what you think is a decent disguise on Kerns and Antorius if you're so inclined. You're not really capable of making Antorius not look like an elf, but you can make him look like a different elf.
Yeah.
Okay, for him, let's think elves. I don't really know elves so much. What would a city elf look like?
You could make him look like a wood elf.
Yeah, okay, voice in my hand that keeps narrating my life. What's a wood elf look like? Okay, so you're gonna need like some antlers or.
Give him your bow. Wood elves always have their bows.
Okay, I can lend it to you, but kind of like it's important to me. No, I've had it for like a day. Here you go. Take that. Like turn that inside out. Use the cloak. Like this is now going to be, I tell you what, go find me some greenery. We can stitch it to it. That's kind of like woody. It's quite clear. I don't know exactly what a wood elf is, and I'm talking about war
I
paint.
kind of
other
help.
things.
I help describe like a wood elf.
You make a very racist impression of a wood elf.
Oh,
It's like you're doing the equivalent of blackface. Like,
oh, no.
Yeah. So,
But
it's very
all that's going to offend is other elves. Like the humans will think that's normal.
Yeah.
So
Also,
this
to avoid
is
some cousins
the
for
most important thing is when you're in disguise, is you have to really buy into the culture and stuff. So what you're going to need to do for me, my elven friend, now is like forget everything. Like when you curse, just say I don't know, by winter, things like that. By the great deer in the woods, or whatever else they do. I don't know, but just try and sell it off.
Shoot
Most-
first, ask
Right.
questions later.
And most humans only know as much as I do, so you'll be able to wing it.
Right. Okay. It's a lot to think about.
It's like that bit where it's like we run out of quest text now. There's a lot to think about, and we'll have to go. Would you like to sleep?
so, I think what we'll do is, at this situation, we'll start drawing the session to a close.
Sure.
At this point, I have some experience to reward.
Oh.
So, all of you are going to gain 30 experience each.
Okay.
Witold and Antarius, you both gain 5.
Okay.
And now there is an opportunity for you all to vote on who should receive 20 experience.
My vote's on Whittle just for shooting a child.
Yeah, honestly, I'll give the 20 XP for that shit.
Just to make sweet to shoot more children, you understand?
Suit more children. But
Mine's
if
going
you
to-
Witold
Antarius.
child shot. Like,
I'm going to go.
Witold
I'm
kid
gonna-
shooter.
I'm going to go with our dwarf for the bar fight.
Okay, so
And just
Kern.
generally,
I'm going for Antares.
Okay,
yeah.
so I've got 2 votes for Witold, 1 for Antarius, 1 for Runk. I need Kern's vote.
I'm gonna go for the kid crippler.
Good. Alright, so alright, that's 3 votes for Witold then. So Witold, you can gain an extra 20 experience.
I really want before the start of the next session. Like, could you do like a flash forward so we know like what happened to this kid?
We
Yeah,
did
Where he's
a,
like,
Shit,
Like-
we get him away in a serious charge. Shit.
maybe
Can
he'll
we
like
please call
turn his
Whittle
life around.
from now on the kid crippler?
There's gonna be a side campaign about his story, don't worry.
Mate, what are you talking about? When I die, I'm coming back as that kid.
we also need a new party ambition too.
You do indeed need to. I think some of you need to decide new short-term ambitions as well. So
Indeed.
you guys, I set your first party ambition, but I'm not going to dictate that to you this time. I want you guys to kind of decide what it's going to be, and I'll tell you if it works.
Not
I think for the party ambitions, we should figure out what's going on with Kern and why there's a witch hunter after us.
yeah, I'd solve that whole mystery. I was going to
So-
say survive, but
Does that want to be a long-term one though, as opposed to a short-term?
It...
I would say something like discover more answers might
I
be
think we need to,
appropriate.
like, yeah, we probably need like something that we can do.
You also have several clues pointing you towards Bogenhafen and a few pointing you towards Ubersreich.
Yeah.
I want to go to Bogenhafen. I'm going to get this letter delivered. I'm like the post.
I'm fine with that
Was
because
where the barge was going, wasn't it?
Yeah,
The barge is going to
it's down
Bogenhafen.
south. It's down south anyway, so I think we should probably pick up the new quest, and then travel
So-
south anyway.
So, like, our journey or our party ambition should be to make it to Brogenhof or whatever.
Reach Bogenhafen?
Yeah, reach
For a
Brogenhofen.
short-term one, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. All right,
But
so
we don't have a long.
so your long-term ambition can be like unravel this mystery, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So that'll be your long-term party ambition, and your short-term one is to reach Bogenhafen. I think some of you have some new short-term ambitions to decide. These ones
yeah,
should be more steps towards pursuing your long-term.
I want to take part in this joust at Birkenheim.
Yep, I
That's
think
gonna
that
be
taking
fine.
part in the joust sounds like a good one.
I want to fight an orc war party. I just want to kill some
A,
orcs.
a war party.
Well,
You want to fight an entire orc war party.
well, I don't. To me, that's like 10, is it not? It's not an army.
A few thousand.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not a party. That is an army. Well, yeah, I want to kill some orcs.
You want to
like,
kill some
specifically.
greenskins.
Yes.
Right, okay, I'll take kill some greenskins as your short-term ambition. That's fine.
Okay.
I've got
I've-
the continuation of the letter one, so I find that right.
You're going to be find the recipient of the letter.
Yep.
Okay, I think Antorius still has his.
Yeah. I thought the
Kernt,
win
what's
luck.
your ambition at the moment?
I'd say I don't want to be a cheese and do like deliver the cargo at Bergenhafen, but like I don't know for short term. Probably.
Well, you need to get to Bogenhafen to learn more about the inheritance.
Oh shit! Yeah. Is that south?
It's in Bogenhafen. That's where the letter told you needed to go.
Inheritance. Yes.
Oh yeah. Before the session ends, can I ask Runk if he's going to share this letter with me that I heard about?
What letter?
I glance
It's
over
kind
to
of past the
Antarius
point of
and
that,
give him
so.
a knowing look.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I just glare.
I shrug and walk off. Why do I care?
Okay, in that case, we will call the session there. That's it.
Alrighty.
And we'll see you all
Guess
next
who's
Friday.
leveling up, boys?
I will see you
Yeah.
all next Friday. That was fun.